Hey everyone!
Hi, friends.
We are here for episode 4 of Valley Talk, and I'm so excited. We honestly cannot believe that we're already on episode 4.
I can't believe it. It's
Where
crazy.
where did all the
Four whole
other
episodes.
episodes go?
I don't know. They disappeared. They're gone.
I don't know. I can't believe it. We're here, and we're here to talk about DreamSnaps.
Good
So
stuff.
I'm very, very excited about that.
Yeah, this is going to be all about DreamSnaps, guys. I don't think there's much else to really talk about. It's just like DreamSnaps is the big, new, fun, exciting thing. So I'm really excited to kind of dive into it.
I know. I do have a little something else at the end I feel like we can talk about.
Yeah.
I do not have the wrong headphones on. Everyone's bringing attention to the fact that I have these headphones on. I was sent Squishmallow headphones,
Mhm.
but they're just like big balls of stuffed animal that go on
That's,
your ears.
that
How
sounds
am I
cute.
supposed to wear that? There's no opening for your ear.
It sounds adorable, though.
So, I don't know. No, it doesn't work.
Not doing it for you.
Does not work.
We demand the Squish headphones.
No. It's not happening. Sorry. Sorry about
No.
that. So one thing I feel like we should address at the beginning of the podcast this time, because I feel like we did it at the end last time.
Hmm.
We are eventually, I promise, going to feature more things on the podcast if you're
Yeah.
watching on YouTube. So if you do want us to feature something, please use the hashtag Valley Talk Pod,
Yes.
because that will help us find it a little bit easier. We were trying to use the hashtag Valley Talk, but there's a lot of other random stuff in there.
Yeah, it's
So,
really kind of interesting. There are so many things being like
yeah.
hashtag Valley Talk. So Valley Talk Pod specifically, if you want your content or whatever you're posting on featured on the podcast, we'd love to see you guys' creations.
Yeah. I think that'll be fun. So, is
I
there
know.
any part of Dream Snaps that you want to start with? Because I feel like there's a lot to cover.
Oh gosh, there's so much to cover. Um, can we start with the past and then fast forward to the future? Like, can we talk
Yeah.
about what we talked about and now talk about what we talked about then? Because
Okay.
my thing is like we were what did you say? You said you were looking for a word, and I'm just wondering
There's
what was
this
that word again?
word. Yeah. Oh, gosh, it's so crazy. There's this
It's
word that
it,
starts with an R.
it starts with an R. It's
Right. Oh,
right.
it's so crazy. It's
It's
right
right.
on the tip of my tongue, and I cannot
I
not that. No, chat, not that one, not that word.
it's a shorter word.
I
I think it's right. I think we were
yeah, it's
that's the one, right?
so crazy
It's
that
so
we were so
crazy.
right.
Oh
Oh,
God, guys. The thing is I have to say we've been holding in this talk for a while because I have to say I think hit the nail on the head with this one.
we did.
Wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
Like dreams, not only do I think our predictions about dream snaps and how they were going to work were pretty spot on, but
Yeah,
they've kind of
I haven't even thought about that part of it.
no, like it's literally like exactly how we talked about in terms like if we had to give it a ranking out of fairness, the quality of the feature, how much fun it is, and then like prizes, they've exceeded every expectation in my
Yeah.
opinion. Like I don't really have many negative things to say about
Right.
it.
I feel like I would have to go back and specifically listen to the podcast where we talked about it, but I
Mhm.
do remember very specifically us bringing up the fact, I feel like I had mentioned like if I how I thought it was going to work, and it was
Yeah.
like, oh, there's going to be 2 pictures, you're going to pick one or the other.
Mhm.
I
I'm pretty sure you
mean,
said that.
I'm
It was
pretty
pretty
sure
spot on.
that's what I said, and that
I
is
didn't even think. I
exactly
thought it was gonna be like a scroll, like you could scroll through, but
right.
I much rather have the 2 pictures side by side. Something about that I just really like. Like you have your
Mhm.
focus, it's clear, which one do you like better? Boom, you can move on. And yeah, I was just like, and I know and we have to talk about it, but everybody was worried about it being a popularity contest. And I feel like this is the furthest thing from that.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
just no way.
I And very specifically, I know people were worried about how it was going to work. People were worried about
Mhm.
creators being able to take advantage, and it's just not the case. It's
Yeah.
just not the case.
It's not the case. And they've made it so ambiguous, like you don't know who you're voting for. Even if you've seen a live stream or a photo of a creation, there's no way to know that's not somebody who even might have copied something that you did on stream and posted, because you just don't have a name. You don't know
Hmm.
whose it is. So, it's just like it's I just love how what's the word? It's not ambiguous, but I just love how you don't know who you're voting for, and it's really purely based on how much you like what you're seeing.
Right.
And I love that. Like they just did such good job with that.
Agree.
Like I love it so much. I really
Agree.
do.
Yeah. And I think here's the thing about it. I think there's obviously things that they're going to have to fix. They're going to have to work out the kinks,
Mhm.
but I can't imagine coming out of the past. What we've been with it for 2 weeks now. We've done
Yeah.
2 submissions. We're working on the third now.
Heard. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just can't imagine knowing fully how it works from start to finish and
Mhm.
coming out of it now and not feeling positive about the
Yeah.
future of DreamSnaps. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I understand that there are still a couple things they need to figure out. They got to
Yeah.
figure out we're going to talk about it later, the submissions that are getting through that don't meet
Mhm.
the requirements. They got to figure that out. They got to figure out, like, why are we getting repeats? But who
Yeah.
knows? Maybe you're getting repeats because those are the ones getting voted for. And maybe they have to,
That yeah.
I
Mhm.
talked about the algorithm
Mhm.
and how I thought it would work. If you vote for one, well, that one's going
Mhm.
to be shown again after that.
Yeah. Mhm.
To I would think to other players, but
Yeah.
maybe they're trying to figure that part out.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah,
that makes sense to me. And I know a lot of people were saying that ones that they didn't think would get through were getting voted for, but like the one very specific one that I'm thinking of, like I'm pretty sure people were voting for it just to troll.
yeah.
So maybe it was, and that's why it kept getting shown, is because people were voting for it because it was funny,
Yeah.
and so.
That's exactly what I think. I think people thought it was funny and like, okay, well, I'll vote for it
Hmm.
because it's funny. I think one thing we have to remember about this entire thing about Dream Snaps and about voting in general is that it's personal, right? I think people too often get caught up in like what I like, what I think, it's like a lot of eyes, and it's really what you like and what somebody else likes is two totally different things, right?
Hmm.
Like I could vote for a picture that I think is really nice, and you're going to vote for the exact opposite because you like the other one better, and that's just the name of the game. Like that's part of, we
Right.
can't get stuck into thinking that we're all supposed to like the same things, if that makes sense. Like I may not have laughed at the picture, but somebody else did, and that could be like, okay, you got my vote because you made me laugh. I think that's funny.
Right.
So you know what I mean?
Hmm.
But I feel like for me, I want to talk about quickly the elephant in the room.
Okay.
What I think,
Let's
you know
talk
who you
about it.
are. Let's talk about
Let's
it.
talk about it.
So here's the thing. I feel like too often as creators, we are like, we're looked at in a light where it like holds us back from doing the sole purpose of like what we do, which is creating, right? And
Hmm.
so a lot of you guys know we had an issue where Kato was called out on Twitter for posting her dream snap photo, saying that it was creating an unfair advantage. And we just have to talk about this whole thing because I know this person wasn't like, that wasn't the only opinion. Other people had the same opinion, which is fine. And the problem, and I have to say this just in case you're watching, the problem was not the opinion, right? The problem was that you were kind of like attacking your character by saying you're abusing power and things like that. And that's the
Hmm.
part that bothered me the most. There's in no way, shape, or form for anybody out there, if you're wondering whether you should or shouldn't, you should feel okay about posting something you created and something that you're proud about online. Now, if we were in a situation where the Dream Snaps was like, there was a name on it, or you were saying like, okay, vote for me. If you see this photo, make sure you vote for me. Like, there's definitely angles to it, but like, again, it's totally anonymous. There's no way to know. And Kato, answer this for me. Did you see my
No,
post?
no, I didn't see yours. I didn't see Steph's. I didn't
When
see Kim's. I didn't see anyone's.
I didn't see anybody's photo that I knew,
I know.
literally. I actually had people commenting under the video saying that they saw their own dream snap in my video, but I don't know. I think I only had one or two people say that they had seen my photo. So it's like,
Hmm.
there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people posting these pictures. This is not a popularity contest. It's not about being the best decorator. How many people did you see win 4,000 moonstones?
So many.
I posted my picture online and I got 2,500 moonstones, which I'm not complaining about. I think that's amazing.
Right.
But like, there's your proof. Let's like, we can dead the whole discussion because there's nothing else to talk about. Like,
Right.
I posted my picture and I got 2,000 moonstones, and there are people who got 4,000, multiple and multiple people who got 4,000 moonstones that may not even have shared their photo. It's so anonymous. There's just no way. You know, there's just no way to know.
And here's my thing. I can't speak for everyone when it comes to this, but me personally, I'm going to vote for the photo that I think is best. You know, I was proud of my photo and what I put together. So I
Mhm.
posted it on Twitter. I didn't expect it was going to spiral into what it did. Um, but I just feel like the people, first of all, I built it on stream, so people had
Yeah.
already seen it. Second of all,
Don't
I
get me
feel
started.
like if people saw it, you have every right to vote for the other picture. And you
Mhm.
can vote for the other picture if you just don't like me. Okay, vote for the other picture. You don't like my photo, vote for the other picture. You don't like my dress, vote for the other picture. So that's where I was confused as to
Literally for me, I was like, the worst thing that could happen is somebody copying you. Like literally you're putting yourself at risk as somebody being like, that's a good photo. I'm gonna copy that verbatim and use it for myself.
right. Just
What's the other negative?
take everything that you did. Yeah. I don't know.
I think that, and this will probably lead into other conversations, but I think that we've talked about this a couple of times on the podcast, and I think it just needs to continue to be addressed because the point of the podcast is hopefully to provide other perspectives too. It's not necessarily to influence anybody, but just to speak about things that are on our mind. And I feel like there's this overarching or just need to be negative. Like no
Mhm.
matter what. Like I just
Right.
feel like there are certain people that just cannot be pleased. And it's like no matter if it's a good thing or not, it's going to be like, "Oh, well, again, the whole popularity contest thing. We saw that it was not a popularity contest, but there were still people coming out trying to say, "Oh, well, by posting your picture now it is a popularity contest." Or it's like it's always something and it's like, of course, there are always going to be people that have, viewpoints like this and you're entitled to your own viewpoint. There's nothing wrong with you feeling how you want to feel about something, but it's like let's not just be negative just for the sake of wanting to be negative. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that's my thing. Like if it's bad, if the tool doesn't work, if it's unfair, by all means. But when they've worked as hard as they did and brought us something that's genuinely fun and easy to use and fair,
Yeah.
what are we complaining about?
Yeah, like I said, I just can't imagine coming out of the past 2 weeks feeling negative. And again, I feel like people can have criticisms, and I feel like we're going to talk about it. I have some things that I do think need to be improved about DreamSnaps and things that I want them to add and do a little bit differently, but like just objectively as a whole, the idea, the concept, and really the execution is almost there. Like they almost got there the first
Mhm.
try without any input. And they've already
Yep.
posted on Twitter like, "Hey, we want your input. Tell us what you want us to do differently. How do you want it to be better?" And that's
Yeah.
where I feel like if you are feeling negative, I feel like I would just rather see like, "Hey, this is what I want to be changed."
Yeah. Use it constructively
Yeah.
and not in a way to like try to just try to be don't just be negative for the sake of being negative. Like if you actually like the game and you want to see something change, why are you talking to me about it?
Right.
Like I mean I get it, we are the voice of our communities, but also make sure if you're having that energy that you're directing it towards trying to be constructive and saying, hey, this is what I like to see change, this is what I don't like about the feature, this is what I don't like about the tool. Like don't take it out on other people, I guess is my point. Like
Mhm.
it's weird. It's weird to me. I don't know. And here's my thing. This is my question. Do you this is going to be an interesting question too. Do you think that the Dream Snaps tool or the feature has fixed the moonstone issue?
Yes. 100%. Oh, and you know that I didn't specifically have a huge issue with moonstones. We all know I am a sucker for the premium shop already.
Mhm.
But are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So
Yeah.
let's go back in the past a
Mhm.
little bit.
Mhm.
Last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever we had the last podcast, we knew minimum 350 moonstones.
Yeah.
And we were ecstatic about 350 moonstones.
So happy.
And I'm pretty sure we said something about I feel like the winner might get like 1,000 moonstones or something like that.
Mhm.
I was shocked when people started. I was at work when people started getting their stuff in the mailbox and
Mhm.
posting how many moonstones they got. And I kept seeing like 600, 1,200, 1,500, 2,500, 4,000,
Mhm.
8,000. First place got 12,000 moonstones.
12,000. What is that in dollars? What is that? 50?
A lot.
Like,
That's a
I'm
lot.
sorry?
And think about that. Like, I don't know. I can't do the math on the top of my head. How much is 4,000 moonstones if you convert it to actual money? Because I saw so many people getting 4,000 moonstones.
Right.
And do I think that everyone's going to get 4,000 moonstones every week?
No.
No. But like
Mm-mm.
if you place well enough,
Mhm.
1 week out of the month, you at least have enough to buy one premium house skin.
Can I be honest? If you even win, let's just assume that you win 12,000 moonstones once. You get first place once. That covers you for months.
Right.
Months. I mean, considering that you don't buy every single thing from the premium shop every week, but like, I'm sorry, 12K, that holds you over. Even if I got 2,500 moonstones, that's enough that if I win anything around that, I could probably buy, if I win anything upwards of 1,000 moonstones every week, then I can basically buy one thing from the premium shop every week, just about,
Right.
depending on what it
Plus,
is.
plus you get the 50 moonstones for voting every week. Plus you get your daily moonstones
Hmm.
every day.
Yep.
So it's just, I don't know. That seems, it's very generous in my opinion.
And it's
So I don't
generous.
know.
It's generous too because y'all got to think about this. This was, if y'all remember, everybody was like, worried because this is something that's happened, I guess, often with just with Disney and everything like that. Like they were like, the prices are never going to change. And although they didn't fix the prices, y'all have to realize that this is money out of their pocket, right? Like they could have not changed anything. And it was just kind of like, and I'm not saying like all praise to them or whatever. I'm just saying like there was a chance that we may have not got anything. And they could have been slim. They could have been like, okay, it's
Hmm.
350 moonstones a week, but when we're only going to have 4 winners, everybody else doesn't really win anything or whatever the case may be. Like they're giving out, I can't even say how many people won 4,000 moonstones in my Discord.
So
Like
many.
so many people won 4K. So it's like they are just throwing money at us at this point. Like I just feel like that's super generous. I have to say I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for it and I'm
I,
really happy.
mhm. Yeah. Okay. So here is my question. Is it a question? I don't know. I guess it's just an open statement. Okay. So the premium shop prices, everyone was pretty upset about them. I guess it's just like, how do we how do we come to a conclusion of what is a justifiable price
Mhm.
for pixels in a game? Like, who's setting that standard? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? At the
Mhm.
end of the day, these are pixels in a game that we're playing,
Mhm.
that we're paying real money for. And obviously no shame because I have purchased almost everything. Okay? So, I
Almost everything.
obviously enjoy buying pixels in my game.
Yeah.
But I guess my thought is if you still don't like it, I don't know. I just feel like this was the best solution because what
Yeah.
they could have done is they could have not had this feature. They could have lowered the prices a little bit, but then everyone's having to spend money to buy things when they want to, right?
That's the biggest thing right there. That's the key.
However, instead, they decided to go the route of let's make this in game. And I think that they knew this was coming all along. And I think this is, again, a big reason why they never addressed it when everyone was freaking out, because they were just like, if y'all would just chill out. I
Mhm.
bet they were sitting there just like, y'all have lost your minds. And if you would just give us a few weeks to figure it out, we're going to give it to you. But we can't
Yeah.
say anything because then we're going to ruin it.
That was in the works already.
But
Yeah.
we've got this. We've got it.
Yeah.
Just hang out. So instead of lowering the prices a little bit, they gave us more content,
Mhm.
something fun to do every week, something with incentive,
Mhm.
with great rewards to
Yep.
be creative. Like, this is just like the best case scenario on top for us and for them, because
Yeah.
they're giving us reason to log on to our game every week.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And it's just constant exposure to the game because you want to log on to do your DreamSnaps.
Yep.
And they give the player, okay, you can either put in effort to this if you want to try in the DreamSnaps to win some Moonstones.
Or
Even
don't.
if you want to just participate, we're going to give you 350 Moonstones.
Mhm.
Or you can put in more effort and you can try to get more Moonstones.
Yeah.
Or if you don't want to participate at all, you still have the option to buy Moonstones if you want to. Or you can just
Yeah.
not do any of it and not buy
Yeah.
anything in the premium shop. There's so many options here. I don't know.
Yes.
I just think
It's like
it's
something for everybody. It's the best. I do agree that it was the best case scenario. It was the best solution because like you said, not only I would not have liked I mean, would I have taken them lowering prices? Sure. But I would much rather have something to do. Like they put
yeah.
an emphasis on like this is something you guys can focus on and do in between updates, which everybody knows that is something that we need in between updates. Because once you finish all the quests and you've done everything, you're left to either decorate, organized, or just log on every day to get your stuff. And that's kind of it. But other than that, like there won't be anything to do. So having this voting feature set up where you can vote endlessly and you can also create endlessly, I think is just like genius. Like I cannot emphasize how smart this idea was. Like I really have to say how much I love it because I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it's just so much fun to go through and vote. And then it's also like even with the current Dream Snap, like we don't know what each competition is going to be, and like even this week it's so ambiguous. Like I'm so
Mm-hmm.
curious to see, I don't know about you, but I'm so curious to see what people come up with because there's literally barely any direction
I know.
with this wish list. It's just like green and browns
Yeah.
elemental, take
Yeah.
it away,
Earth and
like
air.
yeah,
Figure it
earth and
out.
air. So like, and I can foresee that could probably be a reoccurring theme. Like they kind of just leave it up to everybody to just use their imaginations. But again, it's just I don't know. It's just really fun. They've done a good job, and it's added content to the game. And I'd much rather them do it this way than just be like, okay, fine, we cut Moonstone prices in half, no new content, but y'all just whatever. Or if they just give you Moonstones, or even we talked about increasing the chest, like the amount of Moonstones you get in the chest, the blue chest.
Right.
I would have preferred this over that.
Agree.
Because again, it's fun. It's
This is
fun.
like the solution. I feel like we talked about this before, like how can they give us more moonstones? And we
Mhm.
had kind of discussed, I wish they would reward players who are spending time in the game. And
Yep.
all my brain ever went to was if I'm literally playing more, give me more
Yeah.
moonstones. But
Mhm.
this is that without being so literal.
You
Because
really hit the nail on the head, I'm
you're
not gonna
literally
lie.
you're you're rewarding the people who are spending time in the game. You're having to spend time to make this photo, to
Mhm,
do this
mhm.
thing, but you've also added just like this element of creativity and something to actually do, because it's
Yes.
almost like they knew, okay, we need them to spend time in the game, but there's really not that much to do in the game
Yeah.
except for, if there is for me, like I love to go around and farm or mine or
Yeah.
decorate or whatever. Like I always feel like I kind of have something to do,
Mhm.
but this is just like one more thing every
Every
week.
week, it's different. Every week it's different,
Every
it's new,
week.
and as they continue to expand the game, we're gonna see the challenges evolve with new items, with different decor, with different biomes,
Mhm.
like, it's just so good. It's just
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
There's endless opportunities and possibilities with it too. And as a content creator, I have to say, you're making my job a lot easier. Okay, because I
Yes.
can get on and we can all just sit and
Dream
vibe out.
snaps.
To just vibe out to DreamSnaps, like just vote, vote, vote. Like it's just so nice. I
Right.
like it. I think that they did a great job. All praise to them. And the best part about it is like this is the first iteration of this feature. It's only gonna get better. I
Mhm.
hope. Like I can't see it getting worse, but I can only see it getting better.
Yeah. Okay,
And that I
so
love.
I feel like let's try to break it down because there are so many elements to talk about. And like,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, this is literally like the entire thing is going to be about dream snaps. So
Yeah. Hope you guys don't mind.
if you don't like dream snaps, I don't know.
What to tell
It's going to
ya?
be a long night.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's start off. Let's just go back in time. The first dream snap prompt and like putting together the photo and that whole process. Maybe we'll like work our way through the process of dream snaps because I feel like there's like three separate things to discuss here, like taking the photo, voting on the photo, getting
Yes.
the reward.
Mhm.
Those are like the three stages in my head.
Yeah.
So, as far as taking the photo, the prompt itself, how do you feel about like how it was put together? Do you like it?
I
Do you not like it?
I like it. I think that they've done a good job with like I do there's a couple of things like quality of life things I think could be improved with actually taking the photo, which I think we've talked a lot about. We
What are you
need
gonna do?
listen, if at this point, the one thing I have to say is that if you're going to implement a feature like this, there's going to be have to be a heavy emphasis on more poses, different angles, more control over your camera. Like we're taking pictures of our environment and our character. We need to be able to really get like the best shot possible. I really wish that they would like remove the barriers for like zooming out and zooming in. Like it's just kind of weird. Um, but other than that, I love that you can toggle on a feature that tells you exactly what items in your inventory you can use to, to participate in the Dream Snap. I love that it tells you what filters and then what items. I really love that. And I think, I mean, working with what we have has been fun too. I've always loved taking pictures in Dreamlight Valley. So for me, it's like, it was right up my alley, to be
Yeah.
honest. But I like it. I think taking the actual photo is probably the biggest area that needs improvement than
Hmm.
any of the other areas, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. There are so many different parts of the camera, and
Mhm.
I seriously was having a spiral meltdown the other day because everything that I hated about the camera and what was happening at one
Oh, yeah.
time, and I was losing my mind.
Oh,
Okay, number one, the characters getting into the photo.
stop it. Stop it right now.
I want to be able to toggle that on and off.
I've
Like,
never wanted to yeet anybody off my island.
sometimes I want to have characters in my photos and it can be
Mhm,
cute and this and that. I literally had to spend probably 30 minutes
mhm.
crafting a jail and pushing characters into jail. I had 6+
Oh, yeah.
characters in this jail on my beach at one point
Oh,
because
yeah.
they would not stop coming over there. And don't get me started on the little characters like Woody and Remy and all of them.
Just always why are they always around when you're trying to take a photo?
So frustrating. The other thing that I feel like needs to be a toggle is the weather. When I'm in camera mode, I should
Mhm.
be able to toggle rain off and
Yeah,
on and just like
agreed.
all of that. I want to be able to
I think
pick my weather.
I think you should be able to completely customize the environment to the fullest extent. I think
Yeah.
that like when we're taking a picture, we should be able to have toggles or whatever that allows us to control every little aspect, remove things from the ground, get all the care. If I want to be able, and I don't know how they'd implement this, but like even if I want to include a specific Valley member in my photo, a way to bring them in and nobody else be
Mm-hmm.
around, or
Right.
to remove everybody, like there's just so many different things we can do with the photo mode that like I just feel like needs to improve because yeah, I was close to rage quitting. Like you remember
Yeah.
when I built my beach and I'm taking the fog came in
And
and
you only have
Minnie,
a second.
oh my god, Minnie came out of nowhere. Like literally nowhere. I think she like just popped up and starts walking straight through my photo. I wanted to yeet her off the island. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Ariel too.
Yeah.
I had to
Agree.
turn Ariel into a mermaid to get her out of there. But like No, literally, she starts walking towards me. I was like, nope, changed her form, put her in mermaid. She was in the water, out of here. I couldn't do it because I'm
Yeah.
trying to, when you've got that angle too, like you've got it
Oh
just
yeah.
right.
Oh
You're
yeah.
just about to snap the photo, and then boom, it's 6 Valley members hanging out. Like, oh, we're in the photo. Like, I
Yeah.
don't like it. I don't like it.
Well,
Definitely needs some improvement.
yeah. Another thing that I discussed on one of my streams, I think we were just like kind of talking about the things that I want to change.
Hmm.
There are definitely a couple things like as far as your character goes in camera mode. I want to be able to move first of all.
Hmm.
When I back out, when I'm not in selfie mode, I want to be able to move my character around in the
Animal
frame.
Crossing, right?
Animal
Yeah, like,
Crossing
yeah,
style, yeah.
yeah.
And
I totally
then
agree.
I also obviously we've talked about this, but I want more poses.
Hmm.
And
That's a need.
I I think the best way for them to do this, either I think they should do both, honestly. I think they should give some of them for free the way they've done in the past, but I think
Hmm.
they should put other ones in the star path instead of motifs, kind of the same way
Oh.
that like Fall Guys and Fortnite do their little like dances and that
Mhm.
kind of stuff. Have those in the star pack. Can you imagine how excited we'd be
That would be
if
so
we
cool.
got a new pose or a new facial expression or
I love that
something
idea.
instead of a stupid motif every
Yeah,
time?
because here I am with like 20,000 motifs left in my star path, and I haven't focused on it at all because I got the things that I wanted and then forgot about the star path. So now I'm like grinding it out. But like the way I would grind for some poses,
Yeah.
please. I want to be the photo queen. I want every single pose. I want everything. That would
Yes.
be a super fun way to integrate that too. That would be so cool, I think.
Yeah, because
So
then you
cool.
could have like unique poses. Maybe not
Hmm.
everyone has. Okay, I feel like we
Yeah.
did it. Okay, I do need to address this actually.
Okay.
Let's pause on DreamSnaps for a second.
Okay.
This is going to be a hot mess express of a Valley Talk because there's so many things that I feel like need to be addressed,
Oh, yeah.
and Star Paths is one of them.
Mhm.
So I want to first. I just want to ask your opinion on Star Paths. You you've participated in the first one, right?
Yep.
And
Mhm.
done all of them since.
Yep.
Have you gotten everything in every single one, or no?
No, I think actually the first because I didn't even really know when I first started the game what Star Pass were. Like I didn't realize that they were gonna be one-time things or anything like that. So I think I just got what I especially in the very first one, I got like the up balloons, the what's it called? The stretch lady's outfit.
Oh yeah, The
The
Incredibles.
Incredibles
Hmm.
outfit, the Incredible squirrel. So I got like those things. I think I got the guitar and stuff, but other than that, I didn't get everything. But ever since I figured out that they weren't coming back around, I made sure to try to get everything in all the Start Pass, just because I know they don't come back around.
Right. Okay, so how do you feel about that? As someone who, okay, so we're talking, I have done every star path and I've completed every star path. So I have all of the items. How do you feel as someone who doesn't have everything and not being able to get it?
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I think there's two sides to this. And I think this is probably an unpopular opinion, but we have to be realistic, right? So what Dreamlight Valley, I think, did one is reward people for playing the game early, right?
Hmm.
Imagine, and this goes back to the contest too. I wanted to touch base on this as well. Not everything is going to be fair to everyone, right? They have to create some type of scarcity, some type of reason for other people to feel like, oh my gosh, I have this one thing that a lot of people don't have. Like that builds excitement, that builds some level of like, loyalty because you feel like, oh my gosh, like I did every single star path. I have all of these items. If you didn't do the star path and the items don't come I mean, it's not to say that the item may not come around, but I don't think that me personally, I wouldn't really be that upset about it. I may want an item really bad, but I'm not gonna like dwell on it. That's that type of thing. And I get why people really want, certain items, but I think exclusivity is very important in games like this, especially because again, you have something unique, something that's rare. Like we have to remember that there has to be a reason to play and a reason to work for certain things in a game. That
Like
goes
a
to
vine
this
wall.
like a yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean
Yeah.
that could count. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. I mean, I wish I had it, but but yeah, it's like even with the contest, like everybody wanted to be like everybody wants first place in the contest. And like I don't know about you, but it's like a contest is a contest at the end of the day. It's
Right.
it's a game. I get that people want to win, but like It's a contest. It's meant for there to be a first place, a second place, a third place. You're not going to be a winner every single time.
Yeah.
That's the name of the game. Like we can't there's why would anybody really want to compete if everybody is a number 1? What's the point? Why would anybody try? So it's like I think the star path and like this feature kind of go hand in hand in that way. Like the item may not come around and that may suck for some people, but for the people who have it, it feels really good.
Yeah.
So it's kind of in tribute to the people who worked really hard to complete these star pass and has been doing it since day one. And it's to reward them. And it's not to exclude people purposely, but it's to give them some exclusivity. And I can see the benefit in that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's such a hard thing for me because I feel like it feels very like, I don't want you to have these items because I want them to be mine only. And like that's not it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I say I don't want Star Path items to come back. And
Mm-hmm.
I know everyone's going to be up in arms about it because that is the unpopular opinion, I think. And it's coming from someone who has all of the Star Path items, but it's just if they do that, it like you said, I don't know. There's no incentive
Mm-hmm.
to hop on early. There's no incentive because right now, okay, think about everyone who's playing right now. We're all
Mm-hmm.
in early access.
Yeah.
If the game goes free to play
Mm-hmm.
and people hop on then and get everything that everyone got by doing all of the early access content, it just doesn't feel the same. Like you have to give people a benefit
Mm-hmm.
for jumping on early. Like I'm trying to think of like an example of something else that's not game related. That's like, if you
Oh, I
get
know what you mean. Yeah.
something,
Mhm.
you get a perk for joining early, and
I
then
mean, this
once
is a
that
it's
time's over, you don't get it anymore.
exactly. And it's like, okay, so let's take Palia for example. I know that that's like a hot topic right now, but like you get that for requesting people to join by your friend code, you get those, those
Right.
items.
Mhm.
That's something unique for you putting in the work, getting this starting early, trying to get people to sign on or, create accounts for this game. Like, I don't want to then see after getting that it's just going to be in the game. Like, you're going to get it from a quest or something. Like, then it's just not, it doesn't hold the same kind of like pizzazz anymore, you
Right.
know?
Right.
So yeah, and I get it. Like, I get people want all the items. I can say that I can maybe see what would you think about them adding some of these like the most popular items that people talk about because like for example the up balloons is a big one. I know everybody speaks about the up balloons, um like adding them to the premium shop.
I feel like that would be the only way that they could do it,
Hmm.
but I feel like it wouldn't make me mad, but I do feel like it would make other people mad if they
Yeah,
did it that way. And because
I think
again,
so
it's
too.
not coming from an area of like, oh, I don't want everyone to have these items. But also, like, they have to encourage people, and I think this is going to make people mad too. This is a free to play game. They
Hmm.
have to encourage people to spend money in the game, right?
Hmm.
And one of those ways, one of the best ways, is the star path,
Yeah,
encouraging people to do the star path. So if you're just going to put it in the premium shop later, I'm not going to do the star path. Why
right.
would I work and do
What's the
stuff when
incentive?
I could
Hmm.
just buy it later?
Exactly.
I,
I
I
and
don't
I
know.
again, I think it makes sense. Whether it's fair or not, I think there's reason and sense behind why they are doing it the way that they're doing it. And
Mhm.
it's for exactly that reason.
Yeah. I saw some people in the chat saying it's like, and I used to work at GameStop. It's like when you go into GameStop when new game's coming out and you reserve a game and there's like a
Mhm.
reservation bonus
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
reserving it, or
Mhm.
even like a special edition of a
Or
game that you
pre-ordering
pre-order
games.
it.
Mhm.
Well, if you didn't get it, then you're not getting it
It's like
after it
backing
comes
things
out
on
because you're backing
Kickstarter.
things on Kickstarter. Right. We are literally backing it on Kickstarter.
Mhm.
But it's going to continue. It's hard to make that specific comparison because that's going to continue throughout the duration. So like even when this comes free to play, every star path after that, it's always going to be like this, where it's just
Yeah.
like it's a limited time, it's a timed
Mhm.
event.
Mhm.
in the game, and you can only get these things during this timed event.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I don't know, I'm trying to say it without like really upsetting people because that's not my intention, but it's
Yeah.
almost like a shrug emoji. Like I don't
Yeah.
know, it stinks, yes,
Mhm.
but if I were to join in on a different game at a later date, I couldn't I couldn't fault that game for
For that.
everything but like okay, Fortnite. I've wanted to
Yeah.
play Fortnite, but I'm never going to get all of the skins that everyone else has in Fortnite.
Right.
I'll just have the ones from the time that I
That you started.
started.
Yeah. Mhm.
And
Yeah.
because that's just how
And
it is. Because I didn't
I
start at the beginning.
And I think a good way to put it is that it's not to say that your feelings aren't valid in being like, dang, I really wanted that item and I can't get it. And I totally get that. And I think that it's okay to feel that way. I just think that for me, and I'll say this for me personally, it wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me to that extent. And I know that that's just a personal opinion and other people are going to have different opinions. And there's nothing wrong with, how other people feel. But for me, I wouldn't dwell on it. I'd be like, oh, okay, I can't get it. Like, I really want it. I can't get it. Okay, fine. But it is what it is type of thing. Like it's just like there's nothing you can really do about it. And again, if you actually think, because imagine, again, you have to put yourself on the other side. Imagine the people who did come from day one. Like you see the people in discords all the time. That's like, people who are in Discord when we first started, they get all these cool perks. They get to be invited to different things. Like it's important to have that for people who are there early on or for people who had invested in the game early on because they want to make them feel special. And it's important to make people feel special for that reason. I think that it's an important factor for the game
Mm-hmm.
and for most games. So I get it, but I also am not like, I wouldn't be
I
dragged
wonder
down
if
by it.
there are any other, like, are there mobile games that do this? For anyone who plays, like, Pocket Camp or, I don't know, what's that Disney mobile game? Are they like this where there's, like, exclusive timed items that you can't go back and get? And I
Mhm.
just don't know. I don't know that off the
Yeah,
top of
I'm
my
not
head,
sure.
but, like,
Mhm.
I don't know. It's such a hard topic
Yeah.
because I understand both sides.
Yep.
I understand the side and I feel like it's very polarizing.
Yeah.
People either like because if people have them, then they're like, no, we don't want that. If people
Yeah.
don't have them, like, yeah, I want to be able to get that.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you see Miss
so
Cupcake's comment?
no,
Miss Cupcake said, "What if when it becomes multiplayer, players can sell/give items to each other? Do you think they'll allow you to give those specific items?" Yeah, I don't
I
think so
don't think
either.
they will.
How would you
Um,
feel about them if they how would you feel about it if it was allowed?
um, I mean, I would be less incentivized to do the star path. Let me tell you why that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen because okay, here we go. Hey, Kay, I really don't feel like doing the star path this month. Can you just do it and then
Ugh.
give me all of the items? And
Yeah,
I'm not
no.
gonna pay anything. I don't want to pay any moonstones for it. So can you do that and then trade me all of the items
That would be annoying.
for it?
Mhm.
They can't do
Yeah.
it that way. So if they're
Mm-mm.
gonna do it, they're gonna do it premium shop.
Yeah.
Now, do I think they'll let us trade like actual in-game items? Maybe, but I'm not
Yeah.
confident in that either. But that's why they can't do that because they couldn't let us trade anything that's linked to money. You're not going to
Mhm.
be able to trade. And Star
Yeah,
Path
I
items
agree.
are linked to money.
I think the best and the fairest way to do it for everybody across the board is if they are going to allow people to get these items back that they missed in the star path, that they put them in the premium shop.
Yeah.
And I know that that may not be an adored idea. I don't adore the prices in the premium shop, but I think it's the only fair way to do it because you have to remember like these star paths are not easy to do. Like it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, and it costs money most of the time. So again, those items are kind of, dear to people who actually spent their time doing it. So
Hmm.
that's how I feel about that.
I wonder if there would be any way for them to do like a repeat Star Path.
That I was thinking about that when someone mentioned what we thought the Halloween star path was going to be this year. I wouldn't be opposed to that. A little, or even if it's like
Like
newer
a short,
items, but
maybe like a shortened.
a shortened one, or even if they mixed in some of the items, like they mixed in some optional. If you want to continue to do an extra grind, like you have it unlocked on tier like 6, or there's a 7th tier,
Yeah.
and then you
Mhm.
can have some of those items that were on old Star Pass. You just have to do extra duties or whatever, to get there. I think that would be, I think that would be a really cool way to do it too.
Agree. Yeah, I like that idea because then the people you would have to actually work for it the same way.
Hmm.
I actually almost prefer that to the premium shop
Yeah,
option because
I do too. Because
yeah,
then you're
because
doing
then
you're doing the
you
same
still
task that we
have
did.
yeah, you still have the reason like I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a
It
lot
makes
better.
sense in my head.
You don't have to necessarily spend money on it, but you do have to spend the time trying to get, those extra items if you want it. I think that that would be cool,
Honestly,
honestly.
I feel like your way is the only way it would work
Mm,
because yeah, if it was like, okay, here's the Halloween star path. If you get to the end of the star path, you're going to unlock this additional content that's like the
mhm.
past content and you
Yeah.
can keep going, maybe for like an extra moonstone price. Like you
Yeah.
get to the end, you can pay more moonstones, do the next star path if you want to,
Mhm.
it's optional.
Yeah.
But that way, I'm still getting, as someone who's done all of them already, I'm
Mhm.
still getting new content
Yep.
at the same time. We're all getting the new content, and then you just have that content that you can
Yeah.
continue with after that.
Or
That way,
or
everyone's getting stuff.
you have to choose between
Ooh, choose?
moonstones. At the end you can get those extra
Oh,
moonstones.
yeah. Or you
So
can unlock.
maybe you can unlock previous star path items, or you choose to get the moonstone. So you have to choose between the two,
Yeah.
which I think could be interesting. I think could be
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, I think, and to be honest, I think they may consider doing something like that in the future because they are really cool items. But I don't foresee them just giving them away
No.
or allowing people to give them away.
I'm
I
not going
don't.
to show up in the mailbox one day. Hey, here
Hmm.
you go. Here's your up
You can take
balloons.
these. Yeah, they put out some kind of
Sure.
code and they're like, "Oh, here's some exclusive Star Path items."
I wish I could trade with some of y'all those up balloons because they're literally just sitting in my storage. I
Not
scroll
you.
past them every day.
Oh, there's the 20 up
There's
balloons I have stored away. Scroll a little bit faster. Okay. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I only think I purchased the one. It's so crazy though because when I started the Star Path, I literally had no clue. I had no clue what that thing was. I was just doing stuff at the beginning of the game.
you know,
So,
it's funny because when I first started this game, I had no intention of actually playing it.
same.
I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna try it out. And Gameloft sent me the code for it, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stream it. Let's do it.
Yep.
I had no intention of liking it. I certainly had no intention of making a podcast about it.
Hello.
And purchasing everything in the premium shop almost a
Yeah.
year later, whatever we're
Hello.
doing right now.
How did we get here?
So the only reason I did that first star path is because my friend Dan, Crossing
Mhm.
Minute, was like adamant about it. Like he was like, I'm doing it. You need to do it. And so then I made it like a competition in my brain. Like I have to do this because Dan's gonna do it, and
Yeah.
I need to beat him at it.
Yep.
And I'm so glad that I did it because then it was like I did the first one, and now it's like I'm such a completionist. I can't not do all of the rest of them
Right.
until the end of time. Until I'm done playing this game, I will do every star path,
Yeah, same.
no
I
matter
think
what.
I mean, speaking of my Star Path, this is my Star
Did
Path
you
this time
finish
around is
it?
not. I did not. I am in currently
So in
in
a
the
couple weeks,
works.
I'm going to be talking to you about how you missed out on a bunch of stuff in the star path and you want it to
And
come back to the star path.
I can only blame myself for this one. I will have to say I can only blame myself. I don't even know how long I have to go, which is just a whole nother conversation. It's like almost never ending. So yeah, it's been great. It's been great.
Yeah. Have you at
um,
least gotten through the time locked ones?
The last one I did was give Remy 7 gifts, and then I realized that you could give Remy's the only character in the valley that you can give him gifts over and over, and it counts.
Hmm.
So that was like the last one that I completed. I have to talk to Woody again. I have to talk to Buzz or Merlin. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
You have a couple more days,
I
like
have 3
two or
days
three. Yeah.
going
Okay,
on
then you
2.
better play it tonight.
Yep.
You won't be able to get on Palia again. You got to do your star path.
That's debatable. That's highly debatable, I have to say.
Oh, you still have Buzz and Wally 7 gifts. So you need to at least unlock those tonight, or you're not going to finish it.
I don't think I'm gonna finish this one. I'm not even gonna lie.
But you
I'm
could at least
concerned.
get close enough where you get the items and just not get your moonstones back.
Yeah, I'm not worried about. I listen. Moonstones is a thing of the past. Okay,
I don't
let's
even
be
know.
honest.
I'm too busy winning in DreamSnaps. I don't even need.
I'm not concerned about moonstones. Now, am I concerned about this week's competition? I am. I don't think I'm going to win very much moonstones on this one coming up because it's been a struggle to say the least.
Yeah.
But I am overall not concerned about moonstones anymore. I'm just not. Like I feel like I could put my best foot forward and compete in a competition every week and get rich, moonstone rich if I wanted to.
I just really need someone. I wish I was good at like drawing and animating. Because can you imagine like me and you like diving into moonstones like Scrooge and his gold, like swimming through moonstones?
We need a pile of moonstones and our head popping out of the top of it as an emote. That's what we need. Literally,
Oh
because
my
at this
gosh.
point, mm, 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 mm. Okay,
Oh, wow. Okay.
so let's
So
talk
DreamSnaps.
about the second part of DreamSnaps.
Yeah.
So we have the picture taking. Now let's talk about the voting.
Yep. The voting. Okay.
What do you think? So we like the side by side comparison, but overall, what has been your experience with actually voting in the game? Positive,
My
negative.
experience. So, okay, I've done 2 weeks worth of voting now. The first week, obviously, there was some glitching going on. It was definitely like in and out. Like I could hardly stay in the thing. Like
Yeah,
they would just disappear after a
yeah.
while.
Hmm.
This week's is a lot better. I feel like they've done something to fix that. I will say, I do kind of wish there, like, I am being a little bit more careful about my voting this week as
Hmm.
opposed to last week. Last week, I was just like, oh, I'm just going to pick the best of the two and hope for the best.
Hmm.
This time, like, if you didn't try, I'm backing out.
You don't have any moonstones on the line. You didn't
I
put any
feel
effort
bad, but like,
in. Mm-mm.
I know people who tried and didn't get the moonstones that they deserved from it. And so I'm just like, I'm not gonna reward people for not trying. Like if trust me, if you I'm not shading you. Like if you just want to throw a picture in there to get your
Yeah.
300 moonstones,
Hmm.
you do you.
Yeah.
But
You're not getting my
you're
vote.
not getting my vote. Sorry.
Oh my God. No, you're right though. Like I think I'm the same way. And I'm gonna talk more about this on the third part of Dream
Yeah.
Snaps because I think I've realized the trend in how people vote. But yeah, I think okay, so somebody said, can we talk about the challenge topic, outfit versus decor? I think that's a quick one. Which one do you prefer? Decor or outfits?
Decor.
Decor,
Mm-hmm.
same. I think I'm a decor girly myself as well. But yeah, outfits have been cool, but I like decor. Um, I think that as seeing how much effort, like when you the thing about voting on Dream Snaps is when you come across a good one, they're like a few far in between. You come across a good one and you're like,
Which, okay, is crazy to me because if
Mhm.
you go into my Discord and I'm scrolling through,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
a freaking is everyone a photographer and a
Gold mine.
it's insane. The photos people are posting in my Discord and I rarely see one on that level
Hmm.
in the
Yeah.
voting. So,
I thought the same thing because when I went through my Discord, and that's the one thing I'm wondering. Again, I think so many people are submitting Dream Snaps that it's hard to like, unless you're voting all day, every day, it's going to be hard to, again, come across everyone's. But like, even in my Discord, it's the same thing. Like, I look at people's pictures and I'm like, oh, okay.
Right.
Like, the ballroom, oh, y'all took that ish literally. I stood
Mm-hmm.
outside in front of a freaking well or whatever it was, that fountain, and I took the picture, but like, people built entire like rooms for ballrooms, and I was like, okay, y'all, you deserve all of the moonstones because you really put in a lot of effort. This right here is my dream snap. And again, it's beautiful, but
It
this is
is.
why, and if I have to be honest, I know exactly why I got 2,000 moonstones instead of 4,000 moonstones. And this is not a complaint. This is criticism from a creative eye. Okay.
Okay.
When I look at this picture, I realize like somebody, because we were like, oh, if you just put up a pretty picture, people are probably going to vote for it. But I don't think that's the case. I think people look at this photo and say, it's definitely the outfit is probably giving ballroom, but it's not actually ballroom. Like,
Right.
where I think they were looking for people to actually create the scene and create the environment, which I could totally respect. I love this photo, but I think like if I had taken this exact same photo inside of a room with a
Mm-hmm.
ballroom S type of background, I probably could have easily got 4,000 moonstones.
But how would you have felt if you were vote? Can you like remove yourself from your photo?
Mhm.
And if you were voting this, same you
Mhm.
standing in the castle, would you
Oh,
vote it
yeah.
for this or the castle?
Oh, that's hard
Because
because
I would vote for this personally.
I
Because I
so
felt like the castle was overdone. I was like tired of seeing it.
that's how I got towards the end of voting. So it's very difficult because like when I come across the in voting, when I come across the first few castle pictures, I'm like, vote, vote, vote. Like those are amazing. Those are beautiful. But by day 2 of voting and I still see all castle photos, which I obviously know not everybody is going to be able to creatively create a ballroom or whatever. It does get a little boring. Like, okay, I've seen this already. Like it's a good photo, blah, blah, blah. If I could get the lighting and the angles and everything the same inside the castle, I think like from an objective point of view, I probably would have voted castle just because I think it would have fit more of the challenge theme.
Okay.
But I do tend to vote on what picture I like visually better. Now, if it's like really a beautiful photo and it has nothing to do with the challenge, you're not getting my vote. Even if it's beautiful, I'll say this is absolutely gorgeous, but it just does not fit the challenge. So I'm just not going to vote for it. But there's definitely a mixture there, I think, where it has to be like following the theme to some extent.
Right.
So I don't know. Which again we can
Yeah.
talk more about, but I do really love how this photo turned out. So I no complaints. 2,500 moonstones is a winner for me. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a winner.
Well, I feel like mine didn't, mine was not giving ballroom either. I think maybe the only thing that makes mine a little bit more ballroom than yours is the fairy godmother lights. And
Yes,
maybe the dress is like
such a good
a
photo.
belle dress, you know?
Yeah. So
But
this definitely feels ballroom. It feels like you're on the way in because of the paving in the back. Like it looks like it's like a walkway up. But and Sarah made a good point. The winner wasn't in a ballroom, right? The PlayStation winner wasn't in a ballroom, but I think it still had that ballroom vibe because like fairy godmother was looking down. They were sitting on the ground. It was like almost like you had got dressed for the ballroom and it was like right before or
right.
something. But I again, I would have voted for this. If I saw this photo, I would vote for it because I still think it fits the theme and it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous photo.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So I got, for anyone who doesn't know, I did get 4,000 moonstones. But I ranked like 5,200 something. I think I saw someone earlier in the chat say like the top 6,000 got the
Mhm.
4,000 moonstones. So I was just barely in that.
But see, I was in the top 3,000.
What?
So, yeah, so I my rank was, and that's what we have to talk about that
Okay.
because I don't
Should we
understand.
wait? I don't understand either.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to go. Let's go through
We'll
our
go
like
back
our
to it.
actual entry. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll go back to it. But yeah, I'm curious about that. But I mean, if I saw this and somebody say I won 4K off of this, I'd say, yeah, that's totally deserving.
Yeah.
Totally deserving.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody said I got 5,500 and got 4K. I was confused.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I don't know. I think it's a combination of everything. I mean, I guess we could talk about that now.
Yeah, let's just talk about it. We're right
Yeah, let's
here.
just talk. We're already here. So my ranking was I got 79, or yeah, my rank was 79 and I scored 3,300 something. And I got 2,500 moonstones.
Okay, let me try to find mine because I want to make sure that I'm giving the right number. Okay, my ranking was 5,243
Okay.
and my score was 75.07.
Yep. So I don't think it has, I
So
think
wait,
it
what
has to
was your
do,
score again?
so my score was 74.08 and I ranked, oh, I lied. I ranked 7,330. That was my
Okay,
dyslexia
there you
happening
go.
there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I ranked
Okay.
7,000 and I got 2,500 most. So I think it's a combination of the two.
Okay.
I
Interesting.
think.
So here is what I'm thinking. I feel like the fitting in the amount of items that you need and like
Mhm.
more items that fit the tags
Yeah.
gives you more moonstones, gives you a better score. I think it's way less about the voting than we think it is.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, I think it's going to be like, it definitely has to do, they have to do some type of breakdown where it's number of votes. Maybe you get a percentage of whatever based on how many votes you get, how many items you use in your photo. Because one thing that I've noticed too is when you're taking your photo, it doesn't just say, oh, you got five, you got 3 of 5 or 3 of 3. You can have like 5 of 3. So I don't know if having more
Right.
of the
I
items
I think it
required.
makes it better
I think
if
so
you have
too.
more. Which
Yeah.
so my photo for my beach photo is
Hmm.
not gonna do well if that's the case. Like I'm ready to get 300 moonstones. I have accepted it
I
for what
didn't
it
even
is.
look. I don't even remember what it was for my beach photo because I think I was just throwing stuff down at some point. But maybe because I mean, I did use a lot of the items that were in the filter. So maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see this week to see if that changes. I scored 83.82, was 2,100, I mean 212,000.
No,
It
rank was 212.
rank was
4,000
212.
moonstones.
And then 184 pixel
I'm
dust. We need to.
curious. I'm curious about those who score. Okay, so I think if I'm understanding correctly, it was basically 4,000 moonstones from like rank 10 to
Mhm.
rank 6,000.
Yeah.
Everything between 10 and 6,000 got 4,000 moonstones.
Yeah, I
So
think
like
you
how do people who ranked like I got like 5,000 something. So I am very happy with my 4,000 moonstones.
yeah, you are.
But if you got like top 200, are you
Yeah.
still happy with your 4,000 moonstone? I mean, it's 4,000 moonstones though.
I ain't complaining. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they up it to 5K or
I don't know. I
I
don't know
mean,
what
because
the
like
solution
even the
is.
thing is like after 4K, 12 is a huge jump. Like you go from 4 to 12,000.
Right.
But I mean, to say that to even to say that you place in the top 200, that's insane
I
for the
know.
amount of people that play this game. Like
I will
that's
never
a
stop
reward in
talking about
itself.
it if I do.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, you're not gonna be able to say nothing to me. Okay. Once I place up there, I'm an icon.
Yeah.
And don't let me ever get first place. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think some people are saying some got 6,500. I'm pretty sure it was like rank like 5 through 10 got 6,500 and then like it was within that top 10 that got between like number 1 got 12,000 and number 10 got 6,500 whatever it was. That's my understanding anyway. I
Yeah.
obviously don't know unless I get screenshots of every person's thing,
Right.
but that's kind of how I'm seeing it based on what everyone's showing.
Do you
Um,
think that they're gonna release a statement to help us understand?
I don't know. And I know people are frustrated, but this is going to be the episode where I am just making everyone so mad at me. Okay. Do I want to understand? Obviously, yes, I do.
Mhm.
They can't, this, I'm going to compare this to the YouTube algorithm.
Okay.
We all know that there's an algorithm. Okay.
Yeah.
No, they can't tell you what the algorithm is because we will obviously use it to our advantage. And I
Mhm.
will completely do everything that I'm supposed to do to fit the algorithm.
Oh, I see what you're
They
saying.
cannot tell us exactly how they are doing their algorithm because then I will go in there and I will do everything they said and everyone will do the same thing. You
It takes
can't,
away from the creativity then because then it's just like, I'm just gonna hit all the buttons on the head so that I can get as much money as possible or as much moonstones as possible. Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they come out and they're like, oh, actually, the votes count for 5%, and then however many items you have above gives you a bonus point of this,
Oh,
bonus
yeah,
point of
imagine
that.
if they say if you every item that you have an additional to the minimum requirement earns you X amount of
Right.
moonstones or whatever, everybody's just gonna pile everything on and just take a picture
Right.
just because automatically yeah.
Now we
Nope.
can experiment. Like I'm
Mhm.
definitely doing this picture different from my beach picture to see
Yep.
if it makes a difference
Yeah.
because I'm not really sure.
Mhm.
My thinking is that the amount of items you have does play a part. And
Mhm.
I don't know if it plays a part in your score or maybe it plays a part in how often your photo is shown
Mhm.
initially. I don't know,
Yeah.
but they can't tell us exactly what it is. At least I think so, because
Yeah.
then we would exploit it.
I think so. I think you're right. I think most people would exploit it. Just being real, like if you knew exactly how to get the maximum amount of moonstones, you'd follow that to the T every time, and then it destroys all creativity around, using your imagination and coming up with a cool photo.
Right.
Because for me, to be honest, like even if I win a couple thousand moonstones, couple hundred moonstones or whatever, the fun for me, and it's not to say that I don't want to win moonstones. Obviously, I do, but the fun for me is really in like if I can capture a really good photo based
Mhm.
on a theme, I'm like, I don't know, I feel proud about it. Like I'm like, oh, I just put in a lot of work. I got a really cool photo. Like, I don't know, it's just it's nice to like look back on and be like, I did that. I
Right.
made that.
Like this,
So
for
yeah, and then
example.
you
Like
wait,
it.
I wasn't even looking. I'm like, look, I looked
What's
this
right
way.
there? Yeah.
What do you think? Yeah, I was really happy with this one. And I feel like this just kind of popped up on a whim too. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but then I saw the glowing trees, and then I just kind of like took the idea away, just started placing things. In my community, you guys were amazing. They were like, put down some gold bars and some gold nuggets and stuff. And I don't know, the fog came in, the turtle,
Gosh, the
everything.
fog just sent it.
When the fog came in,
Oh
I
my
started
gosh.
taking screenshots like crazy. I went crazy. I was like, "Oh, I got it. I This is the time. This is
Mhm.
the time. I have to take this photo now." But yeah, I really like I'm going to have a whole portfolio of all my dream snaps and
I
I just
am
like
too. I'm so
this
excited.
is this is gorgeous. Yeah, I really love how this came out.
Yeah.
No lie.
Well,
Toot my own horn.
speaking of, that's another thing that they've got to figure out. When I take my picture, I have to very quickly remember to save it or it doesn't save.
Yes.
There should
Mhm.
be like a folder for my dream snaps. And on
Mhm.
top of that, I want to
Yes.
have a folder where I can take my submissions for dream snaps and
Mhm.
go through them and pick which one I like the best.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that because I'm the type of person that's like, I'm indecisive, right? So I'll take a couple of pictures.
Yes.
I need like a day to think about it. Okay. I
Right.
need to log off, have a nap, come back on and take a fresh look at it. And then I'll be like, okay, these actually are really good. And then choose between them. Absolutely need a submission box where it's just like, okay, now you can choose from this selection of photos that you took for the best one.
Yeah.
Like, I
Mhm.
think that would be, oh my God, that would be so ideal. And yeah, an album, like a little book, like how it would fit
Yeah.
so perfectly with
A little
Dreamlight Valley to
dream
have
book. Oh my gosh.
yeah, like a little book that you can flip through all of your submissions. I just think that that would be really cool.
What if we could put them on the thing in the game? The memory wall, the memory frame.
Oh my, I would be so stuck up. I would be so stuck
I
because the way I would have an
oh my
entire room dedicated to every dream
gosh.
snap I've ever taken in my life, it would be bad. It would be bad. Oh, and different size frames.
That
Like
would
if you
be
took it
oh
vertical, you'd
yeah.
have
Yep.
get out.
Yep.
Get out. I would
Yep.
have an entire room. Oh, we've gotta write that somewhere. We need to tweet them.
We have to tweet that.
We're gonna have to tweet them.
That
Yeah.
is such a good idea.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We have to do it. That I love that. Pat yourself on the back, you deserve. That is genius, because you know I'm obsessed with my
I
memory work.
know.
So,
Ugh,
like, that would be, like, right up my alley. But,
that
yeah,
would
I
be
think
so
having a
fun.
book, that would be so good. We're gonna have to tweet them after this. But
Yeah.
I love that idea. I love the idea of an album and then saving your photos and choosing from the best one. I think that those would be some really good, like, quality of life updates for sure.
Mhm.
For
Yep.
sure.
So, okay, how do you feel? You've talked about how you really want to be creative in your
Mhm.
photos. And it's interesting because I was feeling the same way.
Mhm.
And I almost feel like you made me spiral. And so I had my basic beach photo
Mhm.
last week, right? And it was just
Yeah.
like in front of Stitch's house. Like it's a pretty photo.
Yeah.
And then I was like, ugh, like I saw yours and I saw Steph's. And I was just like, man, I was like, mine is basic. And I was like, I got to do something different. I have
To
to
be
do
fair, it
something
wasn't
different.
basic at all. It was still very
It was
beautiful.
pretty, but it was just
Yeah.
like on the beach. Yay.
Uh-huh.
And so then I decided to change it. And so I changed mine to Snow on the Beach, Taylor Swift reference. If you
It's
don't
beautiful.
know. And I feel like it's an okay photo. Like I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I do feel like it's more creative than what I had, but
Uh-huh.
I don't feel like people are going to vote for this because it's
I
not giving like beach.
see, it's such a fine line because I would vote for this. I like it. I think that it's, again, when I start voting, especially after I go through, I'm starting to look for different and unique more than I'm looking for just like, not to say I'm not voting for within the category, but I am looking for people who thought outside the box a little bit, right? Like we can all take the beach photo on the beach, like sure,
Right.
but like this is different. Like different is going to stand out in challenges like this where it's about numbers. How many people put up pictures. You're going through the same photo over and imagine you just scrolled through 50 photos, you voted on a bunch of beach ones, and then you have a regular beach one and this one pop up. I could see
Right.
people voting for this. And it's really, and you utilize the freaking
The
clouds,
clouds.
like,
I was pretty
come
proud of
on.
that. Yeah.
And you cut them out of the picture, like, it's kinda genius. Kinda
Yeah.
genius. Like, people are probably wondering how you got the sparkles,
Yeah.
like the
Like, how's
snowflakes.
it snowing on the beach?
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like
Yeah.
eye-catching. So I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it at all. It's a beautiful photo. I really like
But
it.
I will say, I don't. Okay, so this one, I think I have like the minimum requirements
Mhm.
for the things that I need.
Yeah.
And half of them you can't even see in this because I literally hid them behind the bushes.
Yeah,
But they're in
yeah.
the frame.
Okay, question though, how do you feel about that, like, utilizing, like, hiding the required items? Do you feel like it's hacky or do you feel like it's, like,
I
good? Like,
like it.
come on. Yeah.
Oh, well, I like that I can do it because some of them are not
Like this one.
utilizable. Is that they're not good. So what am I
Yeah.
supposed to do? And speaking of items, I feel like we should have talked about this earlier. I do wish, okay, so I like the way that you can toggle to see the things that fit the category. However, I wish that it stopped
Yeah.
and didn't show me anymore past
Yeah.
once it stops fitting the category. Don't show me
Mhm.
the rest of the things that I have
I was
because
so
I don't know
confused
where
by
it
that.
stops.
Mhm.
And then when I'm trying to take my picture, I want to see how many things that I have
Mhm.
in the frame somehow. I don't know if that's possible,
That's what I
but
was saying, like, I need to know that when I'm putting it on, I need to see that number.
check,
Like, you have
go
to
up.
exit out, take a photo to see if you meet the requirements. I need to
Right.
know if I'm meeting the requirements while I'm putting the design or the outfit together. I totally agree with that, and I didn't even realize that until last it was Wednesday on stream, chat was like, "Oh, by the way, those items at the bottom don't count."
Right.
And I'm like, "Oh, so it just filtered in items and then all of the rest of the items at the like towards the bottom are not in the filter." Like it didn't make sense. So it definitely needs to filter out the items
Yeah.
that do not apply. And also, they do need to fix the filter too. Because with this week's, there are tons of items that I have that are green or brown that don't count.
That don't count.
And I'm like, "What?" Like I don't know. It was very weird, but that to me, I was like, okay, that's a big one. I definitely want to see that get fixed because trying to make something for this week, I was like, oof, it was a little rough.
The outfit, okay, and here's another reason we talked about this earlier. I'm so sorry, by the way, to everyone listening, that this is all over the place, but it's just like, it's kind of like stream of consciousness. Like, I remember
Yeah,
things as they're
as we
coming
talk
up.
about it. Hmm.
Um, One thing, the reason that I don't like the outfit challenges is we have like 5 things to choose from.
Hmm.
And so it's like, is it really an outfit challenge? Because your outfit's going to be the same as my outfit's going to be the same as her outfit's going to be the same as his outfit.
Uh-huh.
So it's not about the outfit, it's about
Hmm.
what you put it in. But at the
Right.
same time, what you put it in doesn't count towards the, you know?
Yeah.
So where's the challenge here? I just
Yeah.
wish it was like a general challenge. Like if the
Hmm.
general challenge was green and brown, okay.
Yeah.
But just the outfit.
It was
Mm.
also to me, it was like when you say elemental, why you didn't include all of the elements and just green and brown.
Yeah.
That was a little confusing to me. I was kind of like, you could have just said elemental and then we could have done wind,
Oh,
water,
fire.
fire, anything, you know?
I
And
feel like they're gonna do fire and water next.
maybe that's what it is. Like they're trying to break it up in two.
Hmm.
But again, I just noticed there were a lot of items that didn't feel like brown was a struggle.
Yeah.
Like, it was such a struggle to find all the brown items that I needed to, and you have to really, I mean, but again, you did have to think outside the box, which I think is a cool challenge, but, nonetheless, I'm hoping that that's a little bit better in the future. How do you feel about this is another detour, but I just thinking about it. How do you feel about, hopefully in the future, being able to use the touch of magic tool? Do you want that
Um,
or do you not want that? Like, let's take away all the dangerousness of it,
yeah.
people putting up inappropriate pictures and stuff like that. Like, if there's a way for them to edit that out, how do you feel about the touch of magic tool?
Okay, I want it for other people because I know it would spark a lot of creativity, but I suck at it.
Yeah.
I couldn't even make a basic like cream colored rug. No design, no nothing, literal cream rug.
Yep.
So if Touch of Magic gets added, I'm gonna 350 moonstones. Count me in, baby.
Ah, that's it. You know what? I'm not gonna listen. I know where my strengths are. I
I'll
don't
go
think I'll
back
be
to
competing.
buying the Cato package of moonstones every couple months and I'll just deal with it
Not you putting a
because
smiley face on a t-shirt and saying, "I'm done."
yeah, like I just can't do it. I just literally can't do it. So
What if they made the touch of magic tool easier to use? More
then
user
maybe,
friendly. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, if they gave us more option. The one thing to me whenever I go in to use the touch of magic, the controls of it are terrible.
Mhm.
And I just want to be able when I put down something, most of what I
Mhm.
want to do is like patterns.
Yeah.
If I put down, I think they're called layers, but if I put down like one motif
Mhm.
layer, it won't let me duplicate it.
Oh my
Just
gosh,
I
yeah.
just want the same one
Same exact
again
thing.
and be able to
Yep.
move it where I want to
Yep.
put it. And I
Yep.
don't mean I want to mirror it to the other side. No, I
Mhm.
want to just copy paste
Yep.
and move it up. Copy paste, move it up.
That's exactly how I feel. Like I hate having to put that same motif down again, change all the colors again, and then place it. Like it is
I
too
try to
much.
get just the right size. Like if I'm trying to do like the roads, for example, if I want to do like the
Mhm.
little rectangles and if I want them to be a different size, I have
Mhm.
to resize each individual one to try to be the exact same size.
Mhm.
And it's never going to be
Yeah.
because I'm
It's
only human.
it definitely needs some improvement. It's kind of difficult to use. Like I can use it for a certain amount of time before I'm just like, okay, well, this is fun. I think I need a break.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Do you think that the touch of magic tool would be an unfair advantage?
No. I mean,
No.
I guess I'm just not really a believer in an unfair advantage because
Hmm.
like if they add it, best believe I'm gonna try to learn it and I'm gonna
Hmm.
try to get better at it.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like if they do add it, it will be incentive for me to learn how to use it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's how I look at a lot of it. I'm like, okay, if I don't know how to do something, this is an opportunity for
Again,
me to get like better at it.
yes, it goes back to, is it an unfair advantage that Simone Biles is good at gymnastics? Like, if I were to go against her in a gymnastics competition, I'm probably not going to win. But if you're to put me and Simone Biles on and play Halo against each other, I bet I'm going to destroy her.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it's just like there are things that people are good at and not, and you can
You
try
have
to,
to
you
just
have to try to
count.
improve.
Yeah, or you just have to count your
That's how I feel
wins.
about it. Or
Mhm.
just, yeah, count your losses and move on.
Okay, this is another one. How do you feel about premium shop items being used in your photo?
Uh, just like they're any other item.
Same thing.
I don't ever look at it, and I was a little worried that people were gonna look at it if I used a premium shop item and be like,
Mhm.
vote against it. Like,
Mhm.
I feel like people were gonna be bitter that it was a
Mm.
premium shop item and not
Mhm.
like, I almost felt like it was gonna give the opposite effect because I think some people were like, oh, it's gonna give them an unfair advantage. They've got all this
Mhm.
premium stuff.
Mhm.
I don't feel that way. I feel like people might be like, oh, premium shop? Meh.
I feel like even then though, like even if you use it, it doesn't mean that you could take a good photo with it, right?
Right.
Like it doesn't like if it's a decorating challenge or whatever and you have a premium house skin or something like just because it's back there is not going to guarantee
Yeah.
a win, or a good photo. So it still really depends on how you use it if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah,
Have you
I
used
mean
any premium stuff in yours yet?
um I'm trying to think.
I don't
Yes,
think
I did.
I.
On my last dream snap on the beach, I used the house skin, the boat house skin.
Oh, yeah, in the back of it. Wait, where is it?
Mhm. And if I hadn't used that house skin, I probably would have used a beach house if I'm being honest. So just doing
Okay, but it's like hidden in the back
Mhm.
there. Okay, I see
Yeah,
it.
it's behind like all the trees and stuff, but it is in the photo. Um
Yeah.
and you can see I use like Donald Duck's boat off to the side. If I didn't have the house skin, I probably would have just did something with Donald Duck's boat.
Mm-hmm.
Put trees around it or something like that. So yeah, but I don't really to me personally, I don't look at it as like or a disadvantage if somebody has a premium shop item that I don't. I'm just gonna work a little bit harder at trying to make mine more special or something different. But I mean,
Yeah.
people pay for it. Like you might as well use it. You better,
Look,
in my opinion. I'm like, if you paid for it, you better use it.
I get more bitter when people have the fruit stands in their photos. I'm just like,
Oh my god,
fruit,
I saw a fruit
fruit and
stand. I
veggie
saw a
stand.
picture. They had on the suit, the premium shop suit, and they had the fruit and veggie stands. I said, "This is a flex, okay, in the
Yeah.
best way." I can appreciate the flex, but this is a flex.
Yeah.
um,
Teddy, thank you for the super chat. I also need to thank, before we move on, Christian, thank you for 2 gifted memberships, and Courtney with 5 gifted memberships earlier. I appreciate it so much. Sorry, it's hard for
thanks,
us to
y'all.
stop and get to it. But Teddy has a question here that's relevant to what we're talking about. What if there was multiple Dream Snap prompts per week? One could allow touch of magic, and you had to pick one to enter per week, but can vote on them all. So are you saying
Mm.
there would be 2 different, like only touch of magics goes against each other and only non-touch of magic goes against each other?
I think that's it. Yeah, I mean, if that is what you mean, I think that that could make sense. And if you could choose to participate in either one or both, if you wanted to,
Would it
like,
be the same Okay, so let's use the beach, for example.
okay,
And you would have like your submission, does it include touch of magic or does it not? You have the same prompt and you just do
hmm
yes or no.
yeah,
And then they have all of the yeses going up against each other and all of the
hmm
no's going up against each other. But then,
yeah,
like, how do you get to that final? Is there
they'd
just
have
like
to have,
one? There's 2 winners?
yeah, they'd have to have it segmented where it's like you have, I
I
mean,
don't
because
know. I think they just put
yeah,
them all against each other. I feel like that's too complicated.
I feel like I could totally get why they would want to separate it though, only because I think with the touch of magic school, you can really like you could really like recreate something. Like you can make something out of nothing, for example. So
But if
I
you
mean,
do, then you deserve to win. If you make
true.
I've seen people make a train out of refrigerators
Mhm. Yep.
with the characters on them.
Yeah.
If you make that and I'm just over here
I'm not gonna complain about you
standing in a
getting the
bunch of
W.
bushes with my crocodile, then you deserve to win over me.
Well, okay, let me play devil's advocate though. What if everybody who's, because the touch of magic tool is like really depends on, no, well, that doesn't make sense because decorating and putting an outfit together depends on skill. Decorating depends on skill,
Mhm.
if we're being fair. So that wouldn't even make sense. I was gonna say, if you like, if there's someone that's like really good with the touch of magic tool that like creates something amazing every single week, and then you see touch of magic winning every single week, it doesn't really make sense though, because design is the same way. You could be a better designer than me and win every single week too. So yeah, no, that my
Yeah.
devil advocacy didn't work.
Well, it would definitely be, I would say, if it was going to discourage me at all, it would discourage me during the outfit challenges
Oh
more
yeah.
than the design challenges because I've
Hmm.
seen people, like, people can just, like, make the most beautiful things and, like,
Oh my
they
gosh.
can make, like, shadows and shading. And
Hmm.
I've honestly, I've watched videos trying to learn how to do it, but then I go in to use it and I just get so frustrated that I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think that it's like out of the question that I could learn it because again, everyone has access to YouTube and everyone has like all of these tutorials about how to do stuff. It's just like an endless wealth of information. So
It's
if you
definitely a
want
skill
to
that's
learn
learnable.
something,
Yeah.
you can go learn it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would either accept that mine probably wouldn't beat the other ones or I would go try to learn it.
Yeah. Now, do you, so I was gonna say I think I'm the same way. I think I'm the same way. I think I would attempt to learn it or just be fine with 300 moonstones if it was me.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna win. But how do you feel about them? Like, what if they did it's all in one voting span, but they just put the touch of magics up against each other? You know how I've like noticed when I've been voting, the
Mhm.
pictures almost like are similar in some ways. So maybe like when you're voting, out of the two options, it's always like the touch of magics go right up next to each other, but it's not like a separate thing, if that makes sense. How would you feel
Yeah.
about that?
I think that's fine.
Mhm.
Uh,
The thing is
do
like
I?
if they did allow touch of magic though, it's one of those things where it's like you can really draw some cool inspiration. Like imagine being able to see all of everybody's like really cool touch of magic creations too. Like I feel like there's just a lot of creativity there. So
Yeah. Yeah, I would
plus
like to see it too.
it's a big, listen, make it a week where it's like show us your skills with the touch of magic tool type of thing.
That's
You know
what
what I
I
mean?
thought that they were gonna do for the first Dream Snap. That was my prediction was a touch
Mhm.
of magic because they'd been pushing it. I had seen a ton of creators making their sponsored videos with the touch
Yeah.
of magic that they were
Yeah.
pushing, the new like features and everything. And I was like, oh, they're gonna do a touch of magic thing.
And I
And
think
then
I'd
they
be
didn't
okay with
include
that
it.
though. Like if you just made 1 week where it's touch of magic required or something like that. Like again, I don't have to win every single week. Like you can still participate, obviously, but you again, the beauty in it is that like you can choose to participate or not. I'd probably like try to make something cool, but if I got bored with it, I'd just get my 350 moonstones for the week and move on. But I think it would be cool to see a week where it's like where you could vote on everybody's touch of magic designs. Like that would be really cool. I think, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't think they're ever gonna do it, if I'm being honest. I think it's too risky. They can't police it. Like the only way you can
Mm,
police it is your peers policing
yeah.
it and because it's Disney, because it has the
Hmm.
Disney name on it, I don't think they're gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I think that it's just going to be too hard for them. I think it's too many people that play the game and too hard to police what you're going to see. Like the touch of magic tool allows you to design anything and everything really to like your imagination, so it could get bad probably fast. So,
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, I'm even seeing like people are even doing stuff without doing touch of magic, like
Yeah.
posting stuff, so
Yeah.
touch of magic would just make it so much worse.
So
Like
much worse. Yeah.
like they're like
Oh yeah.
SOS is basically on the beach. There's a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff, so
Yeah,
Speaking
and you
of speaking of things that shouldn't have made it to
oh, yeah, great segue.
the voting. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk
Let's
about it.
talk about these two photos specifically on the screen right now. We've got the beautiful, the lovely on the left,
The
the
gorgeous.
gorgeous close up. I mean, HD picture of a
High
bridge.
definition.
And
It's
then
good
we've
looking.
got the corner with the hardwood floor and the wall. It's great.
Not Leanna said rude, that's mine.
So, what do you think about this? How did you see either of these when you were voting?
I didn't see either of these when I was voting.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah.
Did you, if you had seen them, what would you have done? If you had
I
seen
would
these two together, what would you have done?
I would have voted for the bridge 100% because it's like it's HD. I'm like, that. My thing is like, it may not fit the theme, but I
How
am
did you take
impressed.
that photo?
How the heck did you get this photo?
Yeah.
What angle? How you did that? I don't know. Honestly, that takes some real skill. So I would vote the bridge. But to be honest, I would either vote the bridge or just back out and not vote at all. Um,
Yeah.
it's not that
Because
deep
this
to
is
me.
for the Dreamlight Ball. It's not even like for the beach. Because like the
It makes no
bridge, I was
sense.
like, oh, maybe the beach. No, it's the Dreamlight Ball. So,
The funny thing is whoever did this put on all the required outfits, like all the required items you need for the outfit, and then excluded themselves
do you think
from the
that's what they did? Is that how it got through?
yeah, because you can't submit a dream snap photo without having the required items.
Yeah,
Like it
but
won't actually
okay.
let you
So you
submit.
think that because I was under the assumption, like when I take my photo, if
Mhm.
it's not in the frame, it doesn't count it.
I don't think so. I think that you can take whatever picture you want as long as when you take the photo, the required items are I think for decorating, yes, but not for like outfit, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Maybe
I
that
haven't
does make
tested it.
sense.
I haven't tested, but this is for the ball,
Oh,
which means
someone
they
needs to test it for this one. This week is
yeah,
an outfit challenge. Someone needs to get on their game right now, try to
and see
take a
if they can
dream
submit.
snaps with the required stuff on, but not in the photo. Because
Mhm.
there were a lot of people like, um, I wonder how this stuff is getting through. But if that's the case, then that makes sense.
Yeah, Michelle says that 100% Game Loft was testing their reporting system, and I thought about that too, like
Yeah.
considering like maybe they're testing to see, but like the only thing that gets me about that is like why would I report? But I think that may just be me and how I think. Like I wouldn't actually report either one of these. I'd probably just not vote and exit out. I don't know. I don't know. It could
I
be.
think a lot of people were reporting.
Yeah, out of frustration, maybe like why
So
is this
I'm
even
curious for those of you who did report, what happens? When you click on report,
yeah.
does something pop up? Does it give you like a warning? Um, yeah, I just want to know what happens because I didn't report anything personally.
Raya says they reported it. I wonder. I'm curious too because I've never reported a photo, so I am curious.
Jackie, thank you for the super chat. Steph tried to submit her photo with a touch of magic rug barely seen in the photo and it did not work. Yeah. Well, that's touch of magic though.
Mm,
I feel like that's a different thing. I feel like they're still trying to fix the touch of magic thing so it's not so sensitive. Because what I was hearing is some people were reporting like if it was just in the biome, they
mhm.
weren't able to take the photo.
Yeah.
Um, I'm fortunate that I don't have anything touch of magic. So the only time I dealt with it was I tried to make a cardigan that was just like a plain color cardigan and I
Yeah.
forgot
Mhm.
and I couldn't take that photo, but
Yeah, they got me. I couldn't. I had a. You remember the first one? I had the Wally
hmm
chairs all the way in the back, like you couldn't even see it in the photo, and they were like, "Nah, you can't do it."
oh, no pop up. So you just report. Oh, I'm gonna
Mhm.
accidentally report stuff all the time. Nothing pops
Uh,
up.
I reported the corner house pick, but did not get any message. Okay, so yeah, I guess it
Interesting.
just sends a report. Yeah, it's this is definitely interesting to me though, like because although I feel like this is definitely trolling. If it's not testing a reporting feature, then it's somebody trolling because I think if I'm right and they had to put on the required outfit to take the photo, they went out of their way to not be in it. Like you
Right.
went out of your way to get that bridge photo. I know that took time. There's no way. There's no
Yeah.
way.
Because you
You went
had to
out of your
angle
way.
the camera just right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's no way. There's no way. But yeah, I thought these are, I mean, these kind of are, they're funny to me too, though. I
You
know a lot of
know,
people probably didn't find it funny, but I laughed a little. I
it could
giggled.
have been more than just, okay, if we're under the assumption that it was the DDV team,
Hmm.
it could have been more than just them testing the reporting feature, and it could have just been like them testing the algorithm and how it was working, because these are very easy to see. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
they're able to see, okay, that's our photo, as
Hmm.
opposed to like if they were to do their own photo,
Yeah.
they
And would kind
it
of
would be
mix
like, it would
in.
mix in. Yeah, it'd be a lot
Hmm.
easier to
That makes
get
sense to me.
lost.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I could see them using this to test. I would be surprised if they didn't like release a statement like you're gonna see some photos. This is us testing the report feature, blah 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 blah. But
Yeah,
maybe they wanted it to be ambiguous, like to see what people do when they see something like this, testing behavior.
yeah, like lab rats.
Like let's see what happens when we do
Just
X.
see what they do.
Oh yeah, it's, Raya said there should be a skip button. I'd be down for a skip button.
Yeah.
Just like if you don't like either one of them, just skip. Although I
Is
feel
it
like that's
rude?
it's rude. It's a little rude. I try to be mindful about what I say about Dream Snap entries too, because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings if they take a picture and put it up too. So
Yeah.
skipping is a little
I don't
rude.
know though. I feel like I can tell when someone put in the effort and when
Oh
someone
yeah.
didn't put in the effort.
Oh,
You
you can
know?
definitely tell. Yeah. And there's a difference between not having items, like with the design challenges, especially. Like you can tell when there's someone who's newer to the game and doesn't have a lot of objects like to really decorate with, versus somebody who just didn't try. So I
Okay,
think that's
but
like very clear.
I will say I don't have a photo of it to show, but like my dream snaps for this week, it is an outfit challenge, but obviously you have to kind of decorate around. I'm
Hmm.
not using any items. It's just
Yeah.
foliage.
Yeah.
So even if you don't have any items, I feel like you can still take a good picture.
You really gotta
And
think out the box.
I've
Yeah.
seen so many people just using the realms, not
Mhm.
the biomes, but the realms.
Mhm.
And that's 10 out of 10 idea, especially for the
Yeah.
outfit challenges. Just go into a realm, take
I
it.
didn't even think about the realms. The realms are genius.
Right.
The
Yeah.
only thing about the realm though is that you don't get all those the last angle. You know how you can get that third angle where you can like
Hmm.
zoom out? You can't do it in realms.
Yeah.
And you can't use your companion in realms, which I was sad about.
Oh, that is sad.
Yeah.
I do love the companion. Yeah,
I
Steph
the
used the realm.
companion. Yeah. Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
can also use, like, when I first started, I was gonna just take a photo in the glade, and like there's a little section where you can just like kind of stand on the ledge, or you could go stand by a waterfall, or you could
Mhm.
go stand, like there's just so many good places in the valley to take a photo. And
Oh
if you
yeah.
just kind of like angle the camera the right way, play with the lighting, like if you
Yeah.
don't know, if you're playing and you don't know, you can change the time of day. It doesn't impact what's in the game. Like it
Yeah.
won't change your weather, which stinks. It won't change like the actual time of day. So like if you're looking for a critter at a certain time, it's not going to change that. It just changes what it looks like visually. But you can play around with lighting. And like I've gone through every single hour of the day to see
Mhm.
what lighting looks the best.
Same.
Sunset and sunrise, if you're looking
Those are
for
winners.
something, those are the ones, especially sunset, like around the beach, or if you can get
Yeah.
that. Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. Sunset's my favorite time of the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if just as a hint, if you want to take like a really good photo, like lighting is so important, I think, in the photo. So trying to find that angle where the sun, no matter what time of day, is facing towards you or towards what you're building is, I think, really important. Because one thing I've noticed in voting is just like I look for that lighting. Like when
Same.
that lighting makes like the picture pop, I'm like, my eyes are immediately drawn to it. So I think that's a really important, a really important aspect for sure.
Yeah. I was going on and on and on about lighting the other day, and I was just like, I feel like I'm preaching and like I need to stop. Like, do people care? Do people want to know like my opinion? But then I feel like I
Oh,
kind of do. Like, I think it's fun to hear like why you're voting for something, and I'm the same way. Like the lighting,
Mhm.
like lighting and composition, and I know nothing about photography. I just know what looks good to me.
Yeah,
Um,
same.
so like for me personally, I like, typically something to be like in the center of the frame, like I want. And I'm the same way about things on stream too. Like for me, like my camera framing, like I need to be in the center of the frame if possible, with
Mhm.
not a lot of space up here,
Yeah.
not a lot of
Mhm.
space to one side. Like that's what I'm thinking in my photos too. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I need to have some kind of focus in the middle. It doesn't have to necessarily be your character, but a lot of the times it has to be because you can't move them
Yeah.
in the in
I
the
think
camera
it
mode.
I think there's 2 types of people. There are people who are really focused
Upset?
on making it perfect and obsessed, and then there are which is us, and then there are people who are just like, if it's not like, when you see the pictures and there's like a sprig of like thyme or
Oh,
oregano in the background, and I'm just like, "Why did you leave that there?"
yeah.
Yeah. I think you're one or the other. There's no real
Us?
in between. Oh,
Us?
perfectionist.
Perfection? I don't
Perfectionist.
know. You think so?
Yeah. The the amount of time that I spent after stream, I was literally lurking your stream while spiraling over my dream snap for this week. Yes, I like there's a whole thing happening in my Force of Valor that nobody's seen right now. It's a mess. It's a mess. But I had to get a good photo.
Oh yeah. Mine is
So,
literally like DreamSnap submission pockets.
oh yeah.
It's no longer a cohesive valley or even close to being that. It's just little, and here's the thing, for me personally, what looks good in a photo doesn't look good when you're walking through the valley,
Oh yeah.
and vice versa to me.
Mhm.
So like
I've been making little pockets of
there's
like
literally
it's like a
just
setup, it's literally
stuff.
like a
Yeah.
stage. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a cluster of stuff for one photo. And then when I'm done, it's like all of my energy has been put into making
I
this
don't want to
perfect
delete it.
environment. I just walk away.
Yeah.
I walk away, and when I log back into the game, I come across it and I'm like, this is gonna have to be removed at some point, and that is a mess.
Yeah.
Especially with not like a delete all tool.
Uh,
You have to pick up everything one by one.
I do want, okay, yeah, I want, this is kind of goes hand in hand with that. I want to be able to drag and select amount of items so I can just move them all
All at
together,
once.
all at
Yeah.
one time.
Oh
Because
yeah.
sometimes I'll build too close and not leave myself enough room,
Yep.
and then I'll run out of room, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, I love the way it looks, but I just want to like
Exactly.
shift it all one way
Yeah,
or the
and I feel
other.
like it would be so easy to like put something like that in the game. I mean, I don't know, but I really feel like that would be helpful. In the same vein, select all, delete.
Yeah.
Select all, delete. Just remove it all at once and start fresh. Like the whole picking up everything one by one is like tedious.
That's a risky button though, because I feel like I would just go through and be like, delete, delete,
That
delete,
that
delete.
undo button is a golden one. I accidentally deleted all the paving in my plaza, and I was like, if that undo button hadn't been there, that'd have been it. That'd have been the thing that sent me over the edge. We would have been playing a different game because
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
gosh. Okay, well, I feel like we've talked about the first part, the second part, and we've discussed it a little bit, but let's go into the third part of Dream Snaps, which is
yep.
receiving the reward in the mailbox.
I like it.
I don't have a photo like ready to go um, with what this is. So if you have not found out, if you participated in the very first round of Dream Snaps, which was the Dreamlight Ball, that's
Mhm.
the one that we just got our rankings for. And it came in the mail, so go check your mailbox if you did participate and you haven't received it yet. And it basically just says, thank you for playing the Dreamlight Ball challenge and sharing your creativity with other Disney Dreamlight Valley players. And then it says, you scored, and I'm just going to read off mine. You scored 75.07 and ranked 5,243. You can claim 4,000 moonstones and will receive 176 pixel dust. Pretty cool, huh? So you get the 4,000 moonstones, however many pixel dust you
Yep.
earned, and then you get this chest. So I feel like we have a few different rewards to talk about here
Ah, yeah.
because there's a lot involved. So let's start with the pixel dust. I wish I should have pulled up a photo too of so pixel dust
Mhm.
is a new currency in the game, if you want to call it a currency. So now we've got moonstones, we've got dreamlight, we've got pixel dust, we've got
Mhm.
the coins that you get for the gold coins, like
Yeah,
the currency, and then you've got
star coins.
the star coins, and then you've got the little things that you get for the star path that you redeem the star
Yeah,
path
yeah,
rewards.
yeah.
So we've got like
Mhm.
5 different currencies we're working with here. It gets very confusing
Yeah,
after a while.
it's actually a lot. It's actually a lot.
Um, the pixel dust though is
Overwhelmed.
more like Dreamlight, I guess. But we can't even really use it for anything. It's more just like a way to track
It's
your
leveling.
friendship level.
Yeah, I feel like it's leveling. It's like the same it gives me the same vibes as how it does when you're leveling up a new friend in the valley.
Yeah.
Um, it's a way to win rewards. I don't really get it though, because for me, it's kind of like with something like this that's ongoing, do you just reach level 10 of your pixel dust and then that's it? Like you don't what else happens after that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I'm being totally honest, I don't know about you, but I am not blown away by the rewards. Like I would imagine the rewards to be a little bit better. Like I love the trophy at the end, but the clothing seems a little blah,
Yeah.
like not really. And the clothing has been I don't know if
See,
you've noticed,
now
but
this would have been the perfect place for them to put more poses. Imagine you get your
oh
pixel dust and you can redeem for
yeah.
poses. Or
Yeah.
like you get to level 4 and you get a new
Mhm.
pose.
Yep.
Because that would be
Or a new facial expression.
exactly like relevant to the challenge.
Yeah.
You unlock a new pose as you do better in the dream snaps. Gosh, hire me, Game Loft.
That's all I'm saying. At this point, can we get a sponsorship over here fast, quick, and in a hurry?
Yeah.
Because literally, that's a genius idea. I love that. And I would be so looking forward to that. Because the other thing, too, and I don't know if you saw it in your shop, but like there was a glitch where they sold the clothes. Like I bought.
Billy has the trophy. It showed up in her Scrooge store.
At this point, Billy, you won.
She just sent me a picture. She's like, I won.
You won the game at this point. Because I'm sorry, not the trophy. The clothes is one thing, but getting the trophy is just that's insane. That would be so genius, though. Literally poses.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you were going to include clothes, I need it to be some out of the box, cool, like the stuff that came with Wally, like the
Give
Wally.
me, come on, this is DreamSnaps. This is Dreamlight Valley. Give me some dreamy, like
Yeah.
glowing, like I need something that's like,
When you run, it leaves
oh,
stars glowing
yes.
behind
Oh, God.
you.
Pixel dust. If it's like glitching behind me with
Oh
pixel
my God.
dust.
Tool skins. Could we get like some
Oh, tool
cool pixel
skins.
dust tool
Oh,
skins? Or like a new phone skin. Like this would be the perfect opportunity to put a new phone skin
yep.
as to win. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Y'all gave us some black pants
And a black shirt and black shoes.
and a black shirt with a little logo on it. Y'all could have kept that, baby. Y'all could have kept that now. You should have just added some moonstones in there. We would have been fine with that. But okay, I mean, I think that there'll be something that's like, once you reach level 10, maybe there'll be more. But like, and I will say, they did release, I think I remember seeing them say that for right now. No, no, but really though, like, come
I'm
on.
just imagining them like putting it together and they're just like they're like, oh, they're gonna love this black this black Dream Snaps top and black
You know what they
pants and
don't
black
have in the game? Black pants. They're gonna love this. And you know what? They need a black shirt to match. So we're gonna just
some
put it up.
black
Did you see
shoes.
the shoes? The shoes?
Oh,
Listen, when I tell you I exited out of the pixel dust so fast, I said, I'm not worried about that. Get that
oh
out of here.
my gosh. So
Please.
funny.
They're not even high-waisted, tight-fitting, nothing they're just like slacks. You gave us slacks?
Right.
Okay. I said, "Okay, you know what? That's fine." The shoes are absolutely a crime. The shoes are a crime. Those should jail time. And they did say that the clothes that come in the chest, I think, are gonna be new clothing eventually. Like right now, they said it was gonna be like older items. Cause like I don't know about y'all, but everything I received from
I
the
own
chest,
it all.
I owned it all. Yeah. I
Well,
said,
because I
yeah.
own everything. Every clothing item, I own it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like,
Which is like first world problems, but give me new clothes.
no, I am
Here we
so
go.
desperate for new clothes.
Here, I pulled up the here it is. I don't know whose photo this is, so shout out to you if this is your photo, but I found
Yeah.
it.
What are the
Here
shoes?
we got the black. Those are like, I feel like I wore those in middle school. What are those? Like penny loafers? What are those?
I don't
They're
even
almost
know.
like
I
a
don't
mix between a penny loafer and like a low top Doc Marten, but not quite.
Can we talk about the
And then we got what? Motifs?
can we talk about the motifs?
That number 6. Talk about that.
Like
We may have to pause.
who made this in Canva? Who made that in Canva? Because that's one of those pre-made Canva shapes. They put it in a little thing and made the background transparent. I cannot be fooled. I know what I'm looking at, and that's Canva made. I can make that. What am I gonna do with the splatter? What am I gonna do with the splatter? Somebody tell me, where am I gonna put it?
We can't.
It's giving
This is why we
Nickelodeon.
can't have touch of magic.
Like, what's is that supposed to be a paintbrush?
It looks like a carrot.
Where are we gonna use
I think
these?
it's a paintbrush, yeah.
Where are we using these at? Why did y'all
know.
give us these? The pants? Can we just talk about the pants?
Yeah. Maybe they'll be
What's
our
special?
favorite pants ever. I don't know.
I tried them on and I took them right back off. I'm not gonna lie to
Oh.
you. Took them right back off. They're like loose almost.
Of course they are.
Yeah, I just this whole thing is like chat is no, no, it's like the outfit is just not. They could have done literally anything else. I'm not gonna lie. Like you could have like you said, glowing.
Imagine like the pixels trailing off the back of a gown
I
or
mean,
shirt,
seriously.
pants,
Yeah.
some kind of like hat or something. I don't
I
know.
just wish I wish they would for their like
I
creators
wouldn't.
program, consult the creators
Yeah.
on this stuff. Like you see this a lot with The Sims. They finally started letting Simmers build the builds that go in the new expansion packs and stuff,
Right.
which is like one of the best decisions they ever made because now the builds are actually super nice. Let the creators help with stuff like this.
Yeah.
Design a cool dress or something, or anything else would have been better than
I would
this.
have taken like pixel Mickey ears.
Yeah.
If you wanted to keep it like Disney, but like that
Anything
that
pixel
pixel
Mickey.
look.
Yeah.
You literally have the pixel circles right there underneath the two. Just
All you gotta
turn
do is
those into
put it on the
ears.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
A
it.
little glowing effect.
You could have made an entire pixel outfit that kind of looks like we're glitching, like
Yeah.
something like cool, like 3D. Anything would have been better than this.
Yeah.
I'd have been fine with just a basic new dress, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
Jeans and that top.
I'm just looking to number 5 and number 9.
Yeah, that's
And
all
I'm
I'm worried
gonna
about.
get
That's all I'm worried
there.
about. And I want number 10, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of disappointed that the trophy, I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm kind of disappointed that the trophy is a part of the pixel dust because I was thinking that a trophy would be gifted out to people who win first place,
Same.
which I think would be a really cool way for people to really value outside of getting the moonstones, of course, value the fact that they got first place because I feel like that's really hard to do.
Mhm.
And imagine having more than one trophy, like you can only get them by getting like first
Imagine
place.
having a imagine.
Yeah. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Like, so cool. So I was kind of disappointed to see it here because I was like,
And like it wouldn't okay. It's going to be very hard to win first place ever. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But but it's going to be a weekly thing.
Yeah.
And I think there'll be, so there's technically like two winners every week because you got the PlayStation winner and then you got the everyone else
Yeah.
winner. Um, so what, that's 104 a
Yeah.
year
Mhm.
that get the trophy? Like that would be so cool.
Imagine being one of the 104.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I think that
But
that would be so cool, and and again, it just would feel more personal at that point, but, and I don't Teddy asked, like, "Why do we think they're going so hard with the motifs?" I don't know. Like, you could give us anything else. I'm, like, so for me, I'm so bored with motifs that it's like and I don't wanna say bored, but, like, I don't really and maybe it's just me, I don't use Touch of Magic a lot, but, like, I don't need any more motifs, really. I would much prefer something else
and why are you giving me a touch of magic reward for
that
something
we
that I can't use touch of magic on?
It's the oversight on this one.
It's a little strange. And again, like I don't want this to come across as like me complaining. I just feel like there are so many better ideas for this and
Yeah.
they could have gone such a different direction with it and they didn't. And like it's fine. Like honestly, all I care about is the moonstones because we're going to talk about the other reward too here in a second.
Yeah.
This was just part of it. And like they went above and beyond with
Mhm.
the whole package. But this, I think they can improve upon. I hope that after we get to this level 10, we unlock the next one and it's
Yeah.
another round of 10. And
Mhm.
hopefully that round of 10, they up their game and
You have some more cool
we
items or
have,
something.
yeah,
Yeah,
some
I'll be
different stuff.
disappointed to see this end after this. Like Pixel Dust just gets to level 10 and then it's like
I
a
can't
thing that
imagine they
yeah, I
would
don't
introduce a whole new system and have it end at the end of
yeah, there's
this.
gotta be more to it, right?
There has to be. Yeah.
I mean, they did kinda do it with their character leveling. Like, not just
See,
as a side note, the character leveling ending at level 40 is such an odd
I think the character leveling, they're just waiting until it comes out of early access to
okay.
increase it. I
Yeah,
think
that could
it
be
will
good.
eventually increase. But
Mhm.
like if they increase it too much now and then they put it as free to play and then a
Yeah.
new player comes in and it's like, "Oh, I'm I have way too far to go." Like if they increase it to
Mhm.
like level 60 or level 100, they're just
Yeah,
like, "Oh, that's like unattainable."
I could see that.
You
Yeah, I could
know? So
mhm.
plus, they have
Yeah.
to, I don't want to say like string us along, but they have to keep us wanting to,
Strung along.
yeah, wanting to do, wanting to keep playing. So I kind of understand. I do think we'll continue to level up um, that.
Imma be honest with
But,
you, though. They gotta do something about these chests. They
yeah,
gotta
okay.
they get these chests are getting out of hand, okay? The chest that you win for competing is like, when I saw all 3 pants being 3 items,
You got three pairs of pants.
I got 3 pairs of pants that I owned, and they were like the balloon pants, like, they weren't even like the good ones, like, they literally every single pair of pants I owned. I said, "Oh, okay, that's interesting. Great, fantastic." And then running around the valley,
Oh, yeah.
I
Okay, so my reward was also repeats, three
mhm,
repeats. But again, that's because I have all the clothing. And so I'm a little bit grumpy that they didn't choose to go items as opposed to clothing. I don't know. There seems to be some kind of disconnect there
mhm.
between user and developer where they think that I want all of these clothes and I don't. I want items.
Who's telling you we asked for this stuff? That's what I'm trying to
and
figure out.
and I still have yet to figure out why my valley only has coins in
I
chess.
I can't see another coin pop out of these chests. Every time there's a little
Every
piece of
time
me.
I get a green chest, I should have a pouch. Until I have every item in the game, I should be getting a furniture
I
pouch.
will stress this on every episode of Valley Talk, just so if they're ever watching these, they hear it every time they listen through. I need new. If it's a chest, I don't even want to see the chest. Forget it.
Yeah,
Remove until I have every single item that exists in this game. I don't want to see anything other than new stuff come out of the chest.
right.
coins or things that are already owned should not exist. It just should not exist in the game. We gotta fix it. Now I do think it might be never mind. No, I was gonna say I think it might be getting a little bit better, but it's just like I go through days and days and days of nothing but coins or things that I own, and then I'll get like one good thing, you know?
Hmm.
So like for me, I'm just like, I don't know, add some extra moonstone chests or something in there, but I can't take it.
I'm the
The
same
dirty
way.
counters. I got a I got the freaking rotten window the last time I opened.
The one that you get at the start of the game in your house?
Yes, I got it on stream. When I tell you, I said, this is insane.
It's the one that literally comes in your house standard.
Literally, the first
The
window that you
first
get in the
day.
game, the first day when the house is run down and raggedy, that's the window I got. And they said, no. I said, that's insane. That's actually insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's rough.
I
Yeah.
got one piece of dark wood.
I agree. If I see a green chest, I want it to have a new item in it. And if that means I'm only going to see one green chest a week, then
Totally
that's
fine.
what it means.
Mhm.
That's fine. But there is nothing more rage inducing to me than seeing a green chest, opening it, and a coin popping out. It is just so infuriating. I can't
It is.
even explain.
It is. It's like it's almost to the point to where it's like I'm not even disappointed about it anymore. It's just kind of like, to be expected. But it's like aggravating. Like it's like, why? I don't even want to open them.
Right.
Well, I don't even need to know.
Right.
Yeah, it's I don't want coins. I have enough coins. After you get to pumpkin farming, coins, they're just a thing of the past. Okay. Everybody can be rich in this game quite easily. But it just defeats the purpose of a chest.
Yeah.
You know, it's a chest. It's
Well-
not like I opened a box or, like how you run through games, you break boxes, there's always like coins in boxes or whatever. This is a treasure chest.
Especially when you have designated colors of chests. You have
Oh.
the yellow chest,
Mm-hmm.
coins. You
Yep.
have the green chest, pouches.
Yep.
You have the blue chest, moonstones.
Yeah.
Why do we have the different colors if you're going to give me a coin and a green one?
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
So which one's more infuriating? A coin or a pouch with a repeat?
A coin. You know why it's a coin? Because at least with the pouch, I have
There's a little bit of hope.
there's a little tiny sliver of hope that exists, and I say I just might get something new. I just might. And I hold hope alive
For
every
one-
single time for those 2 seconds that I use to wait for it to pop up, and then the thing pops out, and then my entire soul is let down. But at least I know I have a chance.
Right.
When that coin pops out, it's just like, ha, joke's on you.
I'm just like every time, it's like I go through the stages of grief every time I open a chest.
No, literally, that's me. I started covering
I'm
the
literally
screen.
bargaining, and then I'm like,
No, I swear to God, it's the same.
oh my
I
gosh.
swear, I do the same exact thing. I
Please.
like,
just this once.
if you're listening to me,
Please give me the fruit stand.
why don't we start talking to the screen? Listen. This can be a new item. We can work something out. Let's let this be something new. I started doing this now on stream.
Yeah.
I cover my face and I let chat tell me whether it's good or bad. And when I see the crying, laughing
bad,
faces
yeah.
in chat, I say, okay, joke's on me again. Like,
Yeah.
it's so bad. Yes, definitely. I get so excited. I'm like, ooh, furniture pouch, clothing pouch. What is it gonna be? And then I open it up and I wait, and it's like exciting, and then immediate letdown. I say, okay, this is sad. I'll go cry about this later.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it. Dirty counter, dirty stove, dirty window. I'm like winning in the trash pile of items. It's almost as if DDB is like, go build something
Maybe they're
rundown.
preparing you for a dream snap.
At this point,
Trash.
honestly, when the trash Dream Snap comes around, I am gonna win that wholeheartedly. I'll get first place because I own everything
I
rundown.
just get the same counter, like white counter or black counter
I'm so sick of seeing
or a
those.
blue sofa or a,
Can
the
we talk
same
about that for a sec?
ones.
How many times have you run into Scrooge's shop and ran over and said, I own this counter already, and then it has a red dot.
Yeah, I don't
I'm like,
know.
how do I not own?
I think
I
there's
own
like
like
700 pieces of each counter. It's like,
no, but there is because when you go to Scrooge's shop and you go to the furniture catalog,
oh, I ordered one of every one.
yeah, because but the thing is like there's so what are we using that for?
I,
There's so many.
you are going to use it for your 27 floors. You're going to have a kitchen in every color. I don't know.
At this point, I have enough floors to do just that. Just that.
You're the only person who is going to use them. So
At this point.
I don't know.
It is really a tragedy. It is really a tragedy.
I haven't used
Yeah,
any of them. So I don't
I've
know.
used
I'm curious.
I use the same ones over and over, to be honest.
When do you think we're going to get new items? Like Scrooge items?
I don't know, but I feel like with every update, there should be an onslaught. Maybe I'm just being dramatic, but I just feel like there should be a ton, and I don't know what a ton actually looks like, but there should be a ton of new furniture.
Minimum 30.
Yeah, minimum 30. Like for the last and we should actually see them because between the mushroom furniture and
The pumpkin?
I haven't seen a thing. I haven't seen a thing. I haven't seen a single item. I got that mushroom shirt, and that was the last time I saw
Shirt.
that yellow. There's that
Oh.
yellow.
Is that mushrooms on it? I thought it was
It
frogs.
has mushrooms on it. It might be frogs. I might have imagined mushrooms because I was so desperate. So yeah, it's like, but I feel like, especially because updates are usually revolving around a new character, like there's no reason why it shouldn't come with like 10 to 30 items that revolve somewhat around the theme of the character. You know, we get Belle, then you see a bunch of new Belle items or something like that, or we get fairy godmother, so we get all these pumpkin items. Like I have yet to even see one item outside of that little string of pumpkin, not pumpkin lights, but they're like the blue flower lights.
Yeah.
I've seen nothing else fairy godmother related in the shop.
Not a leaf rug?
I got the leaf rug. I did get that. Don't name something else because if I say I got that, then this would be that would be a
pumpkin wallpaper?
Did not get that.
Okay. None of the pumpkin. There's like 3 different pumpkin sets.
I only have the pumpkin sets from Halloween. I have to turn them around so you don't see their hideous smiling faces. So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so I haven't seen any of the mushroom furniture. They were like, "Oh, keep a lookout. You're gonna get new mushroom items," and I was so excited, and I've yet to see one.
There is still stuff that I see rarely, like new, that I've never even seen anyone have before.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, where is this stuff coming from? I saw someone post today, it was like this white table with like a blue, like a Lilo and Stitch tablecloth on it. And I was just like, where did this come from? Like, that is so cute.
I see that too. When I see people post pictures, I'm like, where did you get that?
Yeah.
That I didn't even know it existed in the game.
I wish, the same way, you know, when you go to the collections and you can go to the, well, is it in collections or is it just in when you're crafting? And you can see it like grayed out that you don't have it. I wish furniture was the same way. I want to see everything that I could get. And then I want to see it grayed out. Yeah. Maybe it would make me mad. But I just want to know.
You have something to look forward to. Yeah.
And then like when I unlock it, it fills it in.
Yeah, because at this point, there's literally no way to really know if you have everything or what you're missing, you know, or what to like expect. So
Teddy has it.
What?
Teddy has the table and the fruit stand.
Who's surprised by that? Who's surprised by that?
It's just insane.
Dreamlight Daddy Teddy has everything, of course.
I just don't understand. I just want to know, like, for those of you who I know Teddy Scrooge resets, specifically for the people who are getting the stuff in the pouches, you have to be doing something different than what I'm doing in my valley. Like, are you sitting there like digging all day? Because I'm not digging all day. Are
Mhm.
you mining all day? Are you what what is it?
I don't
Because
know.
I'm not getting pouches. And I'm starting to wonder like are different players' games glitched?
Set up
Is there
differently.
a problem? Like, because Dreamlight Valley, I feel like they keep saying there's not a problem with it, but there's clearly a problem with it.
I feel like I get 1 to 2 pouches a week, maybe.
If that for me.
Yeah, like, it's just like, I don't know, I just don't see them that often, and then I see people who are like, "Just got the fruit stand from a
Yeah.
pouch." I'm like, "Oh, well, there's no way we're playing the same game. No
Right.
way."
Yeah.
Although I did get lucky that one time.
Yeah, we know.
We will talk about that. That's fine.
You
That's a
also
different.
got the aquarium that one time, and you got
But to make up for all the stuff that I got that was dusty and had cobwebs on it, I mean, goodness.
true.
Yeah, but yeah, hopefully I mean, they say that cuz every time they release an update, I feel like they mention we've made a change to the shop, or we made a change to the algorithm when it comes to like the pouches and stuff like that, but I don't ever notice a difference.
Okay, Michelle Mom in chat says OG players have a different seed than newer players, which determines your RNG. Do we know that for a fact? Or is that hearsay?
Yeah, I
I
don't.
don't think that would make any sense. A different
Yeah,
seed.
why?
Why would they do that?
What is it? What is the seed anyway?
I guess just like a different level of
Hmm,
RNG.
interesting.
I'll have to watch the video. I don't know. So wait, you're saying that original players have less RNG or more R like better or worse? Because I've been
Yeah.
playing since day one. So
Yeah, I wonder if it's better or worse. I'm definitely curious about that.
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely watch that video and figure out. Has to be worse.
Said must be worse because I'm a day one.
Yeah.
I mean, I played pretty early on too, so I feel like
Worse
it's
if
got to
you're
be
from day
worse.
one.
Why would that be? Maybe because if that is the case, then it's because they changed it to make it better over time, and it just doesn't affect anybody but new players.
But why would they not
TJ
just
said I
change it?
restarted 3 times, and my pouches aren't any better than Case. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's it. That's interesting. I probably should watch the video, but I'm curious to know what the information is on it. Because why? Why would they do that?
What is RNG? RNG is just random number generator. It's just like the the way that it picks like any randomly generated thing is
Hmm.
based off of RNG in a game. Like you'll hear people talking about it like with villager hunting and Animal Crossing or you opening something from a pouch. It's just there's a certain chance that you're going to get something good. And that's just because it scrolled through to pick the number for what you're going to get. It's
Yeah.
like spinning a wheel and it's like, okay, this is the one. It's just
Well,
randomized.
maybe it pans out because all of the OG players are like, "Yep, it
Trash.
sucks for me."
I don't
uh,
understand. What are y'all saying by it picks based on the seed number? Why would they give people different seed numbers to have different probability of getting stuff?
yeah, I'm curious about that because I don't really even understand it, to be honest. Seed number.
Yeah, what? So they're saying, okay, some of you get the bad one, some of you get the good one. Good luck. Is it just to like create tension? They're
Right?
just like, oh, let's just create, you know, talk about it, or I don't know.
No idea why they set it up that way.
Yeah, can we change it? Can I contact them? Hey, can you
If that's the case,
switch?
yeah, can I trade my seat in? Yeah, I'd like to adjust my seat, please. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to look into that
Yeah.
because
I mean, it's curious. It is curious because I swear I feel like my game is different from other people's games. So maybe again, maybe it does pan out because I am not seeing the goods. I mean, I got lucky with the vine wall, but that was like, come on. That was
Yeah.
just RNG doing its thing.
I'm definitely gonna have to like see the research for this because I feel like a lot of times this kind of stuff goes around and it's like us trying to explain,
Make sense of
make
something.
sense of the RNG, and it's just like,
Mhm.
oh, well, there has to be a reason. And then it's just like, is there, or is it just literally
Right.
RNG, you know? Um,
Ken says from programming, unique seeds are used to ensure two users don't get the same random numbers.
but how would that make it so one person's getting all random good numbers and the other person's getting all random bad numbers? Like
Bad
that still
numbers.
doesn't make sense in my head. I feel like
Yeah.
it's just trying to make sense of something nonsensical,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
So,
Agreed.
okay, so the voting, the rewards. So did we talk about everything?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we talked about the I mean, we could talk about what features or quickly touch back on what kind of improvements we'd like to see. I know we talked about that some too, but we have talked about all three of the aspects of Dream Snaps. What would you I'll ask you this. What would you rate Dream Snaps right now on a scale from 1 to 10?
Uh, I like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be overly excited about it, but it's an it's a 9 for me.
Yeah.
It's a 9. I
I would
think
say
the
yeah.
concept is great. The I just feel like there's a couple execution things, but
Mhm.
but some of the execution isn't even really like dream snaps.
Yeah.
It's camera
Yeah.
mode.
Yeah. It's
So
not the feature
it's
itself.
not,
It's
yeah. It's a 9 for me.
Yeah, I would say it's an 8 or a 9 for me. Yeah. Yeah. If they could fix some of that the pixel dust stuff
Yeah.
and then the chest that you get with rewards, then it's easily a 10.
Someone
Easily a
said
10.
0. I have to know. What
Debbie.
would make you rank it a 0?
Please share some feedback. I genuinely would love to know for even a 6 seems kind of low. Like what would you guys like to see? What would bring your rating from a 0 anything under a 6 or a 5
Yeah.
to make the feature better? What would you like to see?
Right.
And that's a genuine question. Like no shade or anything like that. I'm just genuinely curious why it wouldn't be a higher rating than that.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it all back to I can't, I'm having a hard time coming out of it with anything negative
Mhm.
to say overall. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, do I think they can improve? Yes. But did we know that going into it? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, the Moonstone prizes were above and
Yeah.
beyond what I ever thought.
Listen, the whole point of it was moonstones, and they hit that nail on the head. So I don't think there's anything about the way that they've gifted us moonstones for our entries could be changed to be any better than what it is. I think like to me, it's just above and beyond what I would have ever thought. I considered 350 moonstones being like great, you know. So
Right.
like for me, and I was skeptical. I was like, 350 moonstones seems like very generous. So like the fact that I got 2,500 on my first entry just seems like y'all outdid yourselves for that. That's just my
You know, I'm
personal
also
opinion.
curious as a community. Everyone, I don't want to say everyone. There was a large majority of people who were very upset slash negative about Dreamlight Valley, about the premium shop, about
Mhm.
Moonstones prior to the announcement of DreamSnaps, and then continued into, then it kind of shifted
Mhm.
into, well, DreamSnaps, it's not going to be great. It's going to be this, it's going to be that. It's not going to solve anything.
Yeah.
Only the winner's going to get Moonstones. There was all
Mhm.
this negative speculation. And
Mhm.
then I feel like we were on the other side where we were just like, it's gonna be
I
great. Like,
felt
we're
real.
excited about
It
this.
was
Like, it's gonna
lonely
be
over
great.
there.
It was so lonely. So I'm just curious if this has kind of like shifted anyone's perspective. Like, do you have any more faith in Gameloft as a company that they know what they're doing for the direction of the
Yeah,
game?
yeah.
Um,
I think what happened is like a timeline. Great game came out. Everyone's super excited, really happy. The premium shop was released. Quick downfall. Like everybody
mhm,
was like, "That's the premium." The premium shop and the Moonstone prices really hit the community hard, which is we get. We all understand why and everything like that. So we don't have to get into that part. But I think that's where people kind of like lost a little bit of faith in like where the game was going or what it was going to look like in the future. But like coming out of that and seeing what direction they've taken, has it just like you said, has that restored some faith that they try to have our best interest in mind, while keeping true to like what the game is and what it's going to be. Like I don't know, for me it was just like I don't know. I've said it before, but I just feel like there was no other way for them to implement something that could be fun, inviting, rewarding, something we can look forward to every week. So
mhm.
for me, it's like, although I was worried, now I'm not worried at all, in my personal opinion. Like I'm not worried about I'm literally not worried about having to buy moonstones unless I absolutely have to for some reason. But like I don't foresee a reason why I would ever have to buy moonstones now. If I
Yeah,
participate in the competition.
yeah. And let's be honest, the Moonstones, the premium shop is all based on want. It's
Mhm.
not based on need for the game.
Yeah.
And even and I'm gonna stick by this. Even the
Mhm.
Wally quest was not a storyline thing. It was cosmetic, it was fetch questy, it was just to get Wally items and stuff.
Mhm.
And now, if you place top 6,000, you have enough moonstones to get the next questline story if they keep
Yeah.
things consistent. Or
Mhm.
not even questline story. The next, what do they even call that? Like the Dapper Dream Bundle. You can
Yeah.
get the next Dream Bundle if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah, if
So,
you really want to. I wouldn't recommend, but yeah, if you want to, go
yeah, I
ahead.
wouldn't recommend either.
I literally still have
But
not finished
But
the
I
the
would
bundle.
say now I'm a little bit more likely if I'm going to be able to get 4,000 moonstones doing a dream snap, then it's like, oh, maybe I will do another one of those.
Yeah.
If I like the rewards, if I think they're
Mhm.
cool, I'll do a little fetch quest and go get the Wally thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
So,
you can again, this is a great opportunity for you don't have to buy everything at the premium shop, but you can start stacking moonstones. So whatever is to come in the future, it'll be something that you could technically afford.
yeah.
Now, Teddy says, will do we think they'll raise the premium shop prices now?
No.
And I don't think so.
No.
Because
That would be an
here's why.
outrage.
Yeah, there would be a complete outrage and it would make no sense.
Hmm.
Like, that would just be like it would almost be like poking the bear, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know that that's wrong. You know that there was an outrage about premium shop prices as they are,
Hmm.
and you implement a process to combat that and then raise the prices. It would be like completely taking
Counterproductive.
counterproductive.
Hmm.
Yeah, what would be the point? Yeah, so I do not foresee that at all. I don't have that. My faith is not that low. I think that they're
Yeah.
smart and I think that they do their business at the end of the day. They need to make money and their goal is to make money, but I think that they're trying to do it in a way that keeps our best interest in mind. So, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Yeah. I just I don't know. Do you feel like you've seen less negativity since Dream Snaps, or has it been kind of the same amount?
I think that I've seen a little bit less, but not significantly less, if that makes sense.
Well,
I just I
I'm
don't know.
curious, what do you think that is? What do you think people are mad about? Is there a solution? Or is
No.
it just like at the end of the day, if if you're still unhappy with it, is it like, I guess it's hard because every person's different and like I don't know what it's stemming from. Like, is it just premium shop? Like,
Mhm.
is there has to be some aspect of the game that is enjoyable or you wouldn't
Yeah.
be playing it.
I'm curious to know how many people who have these negative, overwhelmingly negative feelings or viewpoints towards Gameloft and towards Dreamlight Valley, if they're actually still playing the game.
Right. That's true.
Like, I'm curious to know, like, are you just watching content and enjoying live streams and things like that because it's fun and you enjoy the people that you watch, but don't like the game or don't play it? Or are you still playing the game and you just don't like the game? Because to me, it would be interesting to know if you're still playing a game, but you don't actually like the direction the game is going in or like the game. That would be odd to me, because if you're still playing, something in you still likes the game. So
Yeah.
where does the so yeah, again, it would be like, where's the and we're not saying that you can't have negative. We're not saying anything. We're not telling you how to feel or, whatever. I'm more so coming from a place where I want to understand it, but it's like, where does that stem from? How do you continue to play a game and enjoy a game, but also hate the direction that they're going in, if that makes sense? Like, I just wouldn't play anymore if it was me.
Yeah.
I'd find another game.
Well, do you think it's just that it's just the free to play model that maybe isn't for some people? Like,
But then people would be upset. Okay, Fae Farm is not free to play, but it's $70 and people don't like that it's so expensive.
true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. For me, it's like the game's free to play. Again, even if you got in and played all of the content that was free, you'd have hours and hours and hours worth of game content to play through. And then
Mhm.
you go on to the next game. There are thousands of games out, good games that are being released this year. Not thousands, but tons of good games that are being released this year that you can buy and play to take up your time if you don't want to spend money on Disney Dreamlight Valley. But it's the same thing with Palia. Palia is free to play. I would rather that game be free to play and me just never afford a cosmetic item, but still be able to enjoy an amazing game. That's where that's
Right.
my personal opinion. Like, I don't like, there's no other option other than you either pay for it or you don't pay for it, and then there's in-game purchases. That's games.
Mhm.
Those are the two options that we have.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I'm just more than anything I'm just trying to understand it because I'm just so on the opposite end of the spectrum that I'm just like cuz I love the game and
Yeah.
I don't know. I just it's just hard for me to understand the
Yeah.
mindset. I guess if I was that frustrated, yeah, like you said, I just wouldn't play it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
I mean, again, there's reasons, and again, I think that it's okay to be like skeptical about what things are going to look like in the future and be curious. But like, my only thing would just be like, provide feedback to the devs. Like, talk to them as much as you can. Provide, ideas and try to help guide them in a direction. I mean, I know that they have everything planned out for the most part, but they are listening to us, and that's one thing I can say I appreciate about Dreamlight Valley. I've said that before, but I played a lot of games where they don't care what you say. It is what it is. Like,
Mhm.
they are taking our feedback into consideration and trying to give us a good experience, and that's something that I can appreciate, especially for a company as big as Gameloft.
Yeah.
So
Leanna says DLC is one thing, but Animal Crossing was $60. They limited the amount of updates and we were all upset. There isn't a perfect answer.
exactly.
I guess I've always come from the mindset that like if I want more content, I'm going to have to pay money.
Hmm.
But I'm not going to get it for free. So
Right.
they're going to have to get money somehow. If it's a game that I paid for, I'm going to have to pay for the DLC or the updates. If it's a free to play game, it doesn't have to be me. If I don't want to participate in the premium shop, I don't have to.
Hmm.
Someone's going to have to be spending money for me to get updates.
Yeah.
And you were talking about like speculation. I think we've touched on this before. I love speculating about
Hmm.
stuff, but I feel like it's a slippery slope to speculate in a negative manner constantly. Because why? Like, why? Like, I think it's perfectly valid to think, like, oh, like maybe this could go wrong, but it could. And DreamSnaps is a perfect example. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think there were a lot of people who, it's like immediate, oh, negative. Oh, only first place is going to get 350 moonstones. No one's going to ever,
Popularity contest.
no one's going to ever win this and that. And it's just like, but what if it's great? What if 6,000 people get 4,000 moonstones? What
And I could
if,
get it if it was a bad idea. Like if the idea actually came out and they were like, okay, this is just dumb. Like it doesn't make sense. Like if they had showed us, for example, if they showed us the pixel dust thing and they were like, this is what we're thinking about. And we're like, okay,
yeah.
this is not, like, but it starts off as a good theme or a good idea, for me, I can only try to speculate in a positive light. Like this game hasn't been out long enough for me to think overwhelmingly negative about. Like The Sims, for example. I always go back to The Sims. The Sims, I can almost always guarantee they're going to let us down in some type of way. So it's almost a part of it, right? Like
Hmm.
you can, because they have a theme and a pattern for so long with the Sims 4 specifically, that it's just like there's always glitches. There's always, you know what I mean? Like Game Loft has had this one thing with the premium shop, but outside of that, what? Nothing. So there's no
Hmm.
reason for me personally, there's no reason for me to be negative. And I just tend to be a more positive person in general. Like I try to think more positively and try to give the benefit of the doubt, until I just like absolutely can't. But I don't know. I think it just depends on who you are, maybe as a person.
Yeah. I also think I saw some people saying that like they could have just avoided all of the negativity if they had announced Dream Snaps and how it was going to work in advance. But like, why should they have to?
Hmm.
I feel like they weren't going to announce it until it was ready. And yeah, like why should they have to tell us until they're ready to tell us? I think there was a lot of testing that was going on with the premium shop to see like, okay, what are the prices of these items going to be? How is it going to work? We need to test the
Hmm.
premium shop first, and then we're going to have this solution for the premium shop items.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? A
Hmm.
community driven solution for the premium shop. So,
Yeah, and we're testing the game for them. That's what I always have to come back to. Like we are literally like testing this game. It's not even out, like fully out yet. So it's like the whole point is to understand how things are going to work, what people like, what they don't like. That's the whole point of us playing this game early access. So again, things are bound to change. And in my opinion, I think with Dreamlight Valley, things are just hopefully going to get better. Even if there are certain things behind a paywall, if they continue on this track where they try to make it balanced and fair, I don't see why I wouldn't spend moonstones on certain things in the future. Especially I'm fairly listen, the way it's going with this competition, I'm gonna have me a good little chunk of moonstones to play with. Okay. Once a week.
right, once a week.
Please. If it was once a month, we'd be in a troubling place. But once a week, you could win. If you For people who are saying, I didn't really put that much effort in, and I got 4,000 moonstones. Imagine if you get 4,000 moonstones every week.
Right. Even if you just get the 350 every week, you can at least buy one thing in the premium shop a month and it rotates. So
Yeah.
you could save up for what you really want to buy
Yep.
and get it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to get everything in the premium. Or you could save up and get access to the Star Path or this or that. Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's just, I feel like everyone has the opportunity. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out more about it. Michelle, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for all the donations. So do we want to open it up to maybe like some questions, see if anybody
Yeah,
has any? Okay.
let's do that. If y'all want to leave some questions, did you see, by the way, the little teaser about Belle coming?
No, when?
They tweeted that Belle is coming in the September update.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was a weird, like, little side tweet, kind of.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I can't believe I missed this.
Yeah, they tweeted. It was like attached to something else. It's a princess party. Welcome Belle to your valley this September when you unlocked the Beauty and the Beast realm. Learn more in Disney's Wonder of Disney Princess blog here. And it was like attached to something else.
What? That seems like a lot of info for a tweet.
Right. So, new realm. Belle. I'm very excited. Like I want to see what
So
her house
excited.
looks like. It's gonna be
I'm
so
so excited about
cute.
her rewards. It's gonna be so cute.
So good.
And I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be nice to have another OG princess in the valley. Like,
Yeah.
it's been a minute since we've had some OGs.
Yep.
I think so. I'm really, really excited about it. That's cool though. And I feel like, is that earlier than expected though?
I don't know. I don't
I'm thinking about the
remember.
roadmap. I can't remember if the roadmap she was supposed to be coming soon, but yeah. I mean, I guess it pans out.
I can't keep up. So I think September we're getting her in that realm. Are we getting something else? I know the Star Path will start then. The Halloween Star Path starts in
Mhm.
September. Let me see. I might still have the roadmap here and we can look at it. I don't know though.
In the
Um,
meantime, Teddy says, so Palia, DDV, Palia and DDV, what's the plan to juggle both?
that is a
It's a great question.
little predicament that we're in. Whoops. Okay, here it is. Okay, yeah, so
Yeah,
I guess we knew that she was coming in
yeah.
September.
Open a new realm and welcome new friends. It says friends with an S
Friends
though, along with
plural.
other surprises. Do you think the Star Path is gonna be new Halloween themes, or do you think they're gonna go with like
Mm.
Nightmare Before Christmas?
I don't love that it says darkness returns to the valley. Like, is that
Mhm.
I was hoping they would go for more cutesy Halloween. This doesn't look cutesy Halloween to me. This looks spooky Halloween again.
It's definitely giving spooky Halloween.
It's giving spooky. They did, I don't know. This is Disney Dreamlight Valley. They've already done spooky Halloween once.
Mhm.
I was wishing for like a more like, oh, Mickey Halloween,
Yeah.
cute. I want like ghosts and,
Yeah, cutesy stuff. Yeah, for sure.
but,
Yeah.
but I'm fine with it.
Um, I totally agree.
Witch Hazel says, OMG, we need Cogsworth and Lumiere as companions.
I would
That would
love
be
that.
cute.
That would be so cute. I don't know. There's not a lot of info. I feel like they're probably gonna give us more information closer, to September. But September's right around the corner. I don't know how we're gonna
It's already
juggle.
August. And
I
then Fae
know.
Farm is coming out next month.
Bay Farm, Palia, DDB updates.
Okay, but do we want to talk about Palia here
Yeah, I think we should.
a little bit?
Just a little bit.
So we're just gonna do a little side Palia talk, a little sneak peek Palia talk pod.
Mhm.
Palia. If y'all didn't see, Palia
We
is
kind of have to get this off our chest, by the way,
it's a
guys. It's just like built
new
up.
cozy MMO that we
Yeah.
just got to play the beta. We were supposed to play it yesterday. We both got to play it today. Whew! It is so
So good.
good.
If you guys have not made an account,
Make an account.
Palia is going to be free to play, by the way. If you have not made an account, please make an account and just give this game a try. This is all of our favorite games wrapped up into online space for us to play.
Mm-hmm.
Farming, fishing, all the cozy vibes. The aesthetic is beautiful.
Yes,
It's just so good.
there's no combat. There is hunting, but
Mhm.
there's no gore. Like they just poof away when you
Yeah.
interact with them. There's like bug catching, but in a different way. The fishing
Mhm.
mechanic is great. I don't know if you got to play with that. I love
Haven't
it.
tried that yet.
Um, the farming, the decorating. Did you get to do any of
Mm.
that?
The decorating is so good. The how they have the grid laid out and how you can angle
Well,
items,
you
and
know that you can remove the grid
I did see
and
that in
you
the
can
live stream.
just place anywhere.
That's so
And you can just like overlap. Like I got to put a chair underneath a table You know, like how you would push in a chair. And
Stop.
I was freaking out.
Stop right now.
You can
I will lose.
angle. Oh,
Can you? Oh my
but
gosh.
there's
So we got our.
questing, there's
Yep.
romancing.
Mhm.
There you can interact, like you can interact with your friends. They can be in the same server as you. Y'all can
Mhm.
the rewards aren't like other MMOs. Like typically in MMOs you kind of have to like split the rewards. If you go and do something together, like if me and Kay were to go mining together, as long
Mhm.
as we both interact with the same rock, we
Yep.
both get the
Get the rewards.
rewards.
It's so cozy, it's so nice, and that goes for everything. It's the same thing for, like, anything that you do. Fishing, not necessarily fishing, but, like, when you're hunting or collecting, anything like that, if you're doing it together, you get to share the rewards, it's perfect. We
Yes.
can all live in the same house as each other, we can have multiple houses on one
You
plot.
can decorate together.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
you can control the permissions, like who can visit only. You can
Yeah.
block people from coming. You can
Yep.
say who can decorate.
And they
Um,
don't have it set up where you can be, like, sabotaged, like, in a lot of MMOs too, like, there's a chance where, like, if you're playing with friends, they can, like, delete stuff or whatever. That's not really an option here, so you don't have to worry about, like, coming home and your house is, like, destroyed or something like that. Like, it's meant to be calming, cozy, and there's something about it that reminds me, like, it has all these feels of, like, if you're into MMOs and you know, but, like, it has all the feels of, like, MMO, but just taking away the sides that give you anxiety and leaves you with, like, your favorite cozy game, if that makes sense? I don't know.
mhm.
I don't know how to
Yeah.
explain it, but I'm just like,
No, I love
it
that.
just makes me feel, like, excited and happy, and I don't know, I'm really looking forward to that, to exploring more about that game.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of questions here. Okay, so how much is the game? It's free to play. There is a
Mhm,
premium store, which I went through the entire premium store in my live stream today. If y'all want to
mhm,
see everything that's in the premium store, from what I've heard, um, so I am part of the Palia Partner Program. I do not get paid to talk about it. I don't get anything. I
mhm,
just get access to news and stuff like that.
mhm,
But from what I've heard, the shop is will stay. It's not
mhm.
going to go away. It's not going to be like a rotating shop. I assume that they'll add things over time, but you're not going to get that feeling of like FOMO because you can just save up if you really want something. Um, I will say if you're someone who doesn't like the prices of Dreamlight Valley premium
Oh,
shop,
yeah. Don't even
you might
bother.
poop your pants a little bit if you see
Don't
these
even bother.
prices.
Don't go in and look at it because it's not
Uh
I was optimistic and that was shot down almost immediately. Almost immediately.
I guess
But it's in line with traditional MMOs.
it's in line. And here's the thing, it's a free to play game. Um Everything that you purchase is only cosmetic, and from what I understand, it's only going to be clothing. It's not even going to be like furniture
Cosmetic.
cosmetics.
Mhm.
So that's my understanding as of right now. I don't know. So no story driven stuff, nothing that's gonna progress your game, nothing that's gonna make your character any better. It's
Yep.
literally just what your character looks like.
Yep.
So
TJ
if you're
said
into that, it's fun.
yeah. It's fun, and just like TJ said, the shop felt expensive, but none of the items were essential, and that's the key.
Right.
None of the items are I mean, it's just to look cooler, and I wanna emphasize cooler because going through the character creation, which is I'm sure is going to continue to get better, the clothing that you can choose from in there, you don't really need to buy the premium shop stuff is meant to look cool, don't get me wrong, but, like, you can create a really cool looking character just with the base game stuff. Like, it was so good. It was so good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and they're only planning on expanding that. So they're gonna add like more body shapes, they're gonna add more customization, I think more skin
mhm.
tones, more so I'm really hoping they add freckles. I really want to be able to like
Oh my
change. I
gosh,
like my
tattoos,
face markings, tattoos would be
face
amazing.
markings would be so cool. Mhm.
I think that'll be great. This is just literally the beta, so I
Mm.
think it is expected to fully release this holiday. It is
Yep.
going to be on Switch. I'm curious to see how that pans out. And it
Mhm.
is supposed to be crossplay. I saw some people
Yeah.
asking. The thing I worry about, and it's not even so much like how it's going to run on Switch, although I do worry about that, but just
Mhm.
like any multiplayer on Switch, I just worry about it. Like I have experienced Animal Crossing multiplayer and I don't know how I feel about it. It's supposed to release on Switch this holiday, I believe is what I understand.
Mhm.
I feel like it'll probably get pushed back, but I don't know.
Yeah.
This is
It
all
might.
speculation on my part.
Yeah, I'm very curious how it, because my experience with MMOs has always been PC gaming. So
Mhm.
I'm very curious to know how an MMO would perform on.
Are there any on
I don't know. I
Switch?
don't think so. Unless it was another cozy gaming MMO, maybe. I mean, I don't know, maybe the closest thing comes to it is Animal Crossing, but that's just because you have internet and can play online with friends, but it's not like, oh, open world, you know? So that's my thing. It's like an open world, many people online, like how does that performance, what does that look like?
I mean, like, how does Fortnite run on the Switch?
That's a
Because
good I didn't even know you could get Fortnite on the Switch.
Fortnite is on Switch, and I know there's a lot of people in a Fortnite round at one time, but the
Mhm.
difference between this and that is like Fortnite is just like a round, and then it's
Mhm.
like, okay, everyone is done. This is
Oh
like
yeah.
coming and going. Like
Mhm.
people logging on, people joining a server, people doing this. Like, how is that gonna work
What is that gonna look like? Yeah.
on the Switch? I just don't really know, but
Very curious.
I'm curious. Is Overwatch the same? Overwatch is more like Fortnite though than Palia, right?
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
as far as like a battle royale, not an MMO. I feel like they're
Yeah.
different.
Mhm. They're different.
Um, because again, it's just like a room. You build a room of 100 people, and then y'all play, and then you leave the room, and
And
you
other
create
people can
another
play.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think this is like a constant one server, and people are like coming and going.
Yeah. It's like a world we all live in, essentially. I don't know if Palea is coming to Steam. I don't know about that.
I think it
It's its
is.
own, like, launcher right now, but yeah.
Right.
I could imagine it probably is gonna be on
I
Steam.
think it's going to be on Steam Deck. I think,
Mhm.
but I don't know if I just heard that through the grapevine or if I actually know that as fact.
It'd be so good to play on the Steam Deck.
We do have a question from Digital who says premium shop idea. Ariel's rock or items that change gameplay. What would you like to see? I would expect to see villagers to buy. And what should DDV bring from Palia? Okay, this is a lot to unpack.
Mhm.
Wait, premium shop idea. Ariel's rock or items that change gameplay. Items
There was
that.
this Ariel's Rock has some kind of functionality to it or something. I haven't seen it, so it's hard for me to say,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like, doesn't it do something, or I don't know, it does something, Ariel's Rock. Um,
Mm,
but I don't know, I haven't seen it, so I haven't let me just look.
yeah, I don't know anything about that. Wait, is
Mhm.
this an item?
I think it's an item, yeah.
Oh, do I have it?
I don't
Is it a
know.
friendship item or is it a Scrooge item?
I've never seen it. I think it's supposed to be a Scrooge item, but,
Oh,
I would expect to see villagers to buy. What should DDV bring from
okay,
Palia?
okay. So I would expect to see villagers to buy. I think we talked about this before. I don't think they'll put like
Oh, I see what
main villagers to
mhm.
purchase. We always kind of thought it would be like the side characters like Timon and Pumbaa or something like that. I just don't see them putting main characters in the premium shop. I think people would literally
Lose it.
lose it. And then what should DDV bring from Palia? The decorating. They need to bring
Absolutely.
get rid of the grid system, let me overlap stuff, especially like landscaping items. I don't
Mhm.
understand why I can't overlap every grass with everything. Like even if you want to keep some things not overlapping, fine. But like this idea that I have to have space for certain things to spawn.
Oh my
If I'm
gosh, yeah.
decorating an area, I don't want things to spawn right there.
Yeah.
So don't let them.
If there's paving there, move it elsewhere.
Yeah, like If there's no room for anything to spawn in that biome, so be it.
I
That's my
want
own
them to
problem.
yeah, I wanna be able to move things as close as I want to each other without any restrictions. Like,
Mhm.
at angled, overlapping, I wanna be able to clutter, like, they need to overhaul that decorating system
How
for
would you
sure.
feel if I don't think they would ever do this, but how would you feel if they changed the forageables and the sticks to only be resourced in realms? So you would have to go to the realm,
Oh, get them from
forage,
there.
and then come back, but they're not constantly dropping in your valley.
I don't think I would like that as much as if I would like toggling it on and off. 'Cause I
Okay.
think I like the aspect of running around the valley and visiting other biomes to get the stuff, 'cause I know it
Right.
exists in these other bio so I like that, but I don't like that it's always there when I don't need it. Like,
Yeah.
I hate that, like, I've made a beautiful area and there's just sticks all over the ground, or these like, even, like, now in the Frosted Heights, like, the
The
ice cube
ice.
things that, like, pops up, they're huge, they're, like, enormous, and it's, like, cool when nothing is around, but when you have the entire area decorated, you just have this ice shard sticking out of the ground, it's like, I just wanna turn that off. So if there's a toggle to say, "I don't need these resources right now, turn them off," that would be great. And if I could turn them off by biome, that would be even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would have to
But
be by biome.
I think it would be really cool though if we could still, because when we went into the realms, we could get stuff from there. It'd be cool if that regenerates. Like, it doesn't regenerate now. So like when you're out in your valley, you could go to somewhere else to mine rocks or whatever. I
Mhm.
think that would be cool.
Yeah. I think I'd like that too.
Yeah.
I guess I just haven't figured out the balance with this game of like, so before DreamSnaps came out, I was very adamant on finishing a valley. Like, I wanted to do a valley tour. I wanted my whole
Mhm.
thing to be decorated. And now I'm kind of like back in this mode of like I love certain areas in my valley,
Mhm.
but it's not playable. Especially if I'm going to have to decorate all these areas every week.
Oh my
And I'm
gosh,
gonna
yeah.
have to destroy stuff. Like, I'm gonna have open biomes. Like, right now, I have my forest and sunlit plateau and the glade. Like, there's literally like nothing in there. So I
Yeah.
have those areas to decorate. But over time, like, as I'm doing different dream stuff, like, it's just a mess. So I
Yeah.
kind of just want to like delete. I'm at the point, if there was a delete all button, I think I might press it. I just want
You would
it to all be gone.
I'd actually throw up if you did that. It's not even my valley, and I think I'd physically be ill for days. For
It's
days.
just like, it's so hard because the more you decorate, the less playable it is. And there's nothing more frustrating to me than like mining a rock or digging something up. And there's plenty of room for it to plop down right underneath me, but it
Mm,
decides to go in this one little obscure spot that I didn't place something down and that I can't access.
yeah, you have to, like, pick something up to go back there and get
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
Oh
so
my
I just
gosh.
leave it and I'm like, okay, it won't go there again.
Yeah,
Go.
yeah. I
Can stay
literally
there.
just let it pile up there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, TJ says, "Is there anything you 2 are hoping to see in DDV?"
Yeah, everything that I talked about
Lots.
tonight.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Robin hit the nail on the head, bulk cooking.
Yeah, bulk cooking.
That just needs to happen. I don't know when they're gonna do that, but that absolutely 100% needs to happen. And I think for me now, one of the biggest things has definitely the toggle we just talked about turning things on and off, but I want to be able to remove my player from pictures
Yeah, all together.
so bad. So bad. Like, I just want to sometimes take a beautiful picture of like the space, the environment, and I can't get the camera angle up high. It's like, come on now. Like, let me just remove my character completely. No, literally. Do we even use this one anywhere?
What is that?
Rar.
Get it out of here. Give me a cute pose. What is
Literally. Oh my
that?
god, a search bar, a search bar.
Yep.
Yes, 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 yes. We need a search bar so bad. Yeah, lots of I mean, I think there's lots of stuff, and I think they're all quality of life things. I think gameplay-wise, I'm, like, really happy with, like, questing and just the game in general, but we definitely need some quality of life updates.
Agree. And I think those will
Because
come over time.
I
I'm
think
not
so.
worried.
Yeah, me either. And I like again, even like that little red dot that they add to Scrooge's shop.
Ah,
It's such a tiny
I
thing,
love
but
that
it's
red
such
dot.
a blessing. It's such a I love that little dot. I went in there, I said, "Oh my God, thank you so much for your service."
Can we
Thank
get
you so much for all you do. I honestly need to a red dot emote in chat for just to show love. Red dot love. Because at this point,
appreciation for the red dot?
it's so good. It's so
It's
good.
so good. I'm trying to think
So
of like other quality of life things they've done. It's so hard to remember because
there was a lot in the last patch, I feel like.
can we talk about the gliding increase?
That right there, that's game changing for
That
me. Because I
is.
glide everywhere and I was pretty much eating constantly. And now
See, I
it's
was
so
never gliding because I was like, this is so stupid. Like, I can only make it like 10
too.
feet before I have to eat again. Like, there's no point. But
Yeah, it's
now
so much better.
I can basically do like a whole lap around my valley with one
Glide.
bar. Yeah,
Absolutely needed. And they didn't reduce it by a little, they reduced it by a lot. Like
they
that thing
did.
goes down significantly slower. And I am so appreciative of that because I glide everywhere.
Yeah,
So I love that. I love, love, love that.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think
So I
there's a
think
lot.
there's a lot, but those are like my top. Those are my top. And also whenever I buy something or find something, it should be at the top.
Ah, yeah.
Automatically, it should be at the top of the list instead of at the very bottom. That logic I don't understand because obviously when I find something new or buy something new, I'm going to try to place it to see what it looks like. So,
Uh-huh.
just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't know what the solution is for the sorting of the furniture, but what they have right now is not it. Because I
Mm-mm.
can't remember. Here's my problem. I get what they're going for with the categories, but I don't know what's what a
Yeah.
lot of the times. And
No idea.
especially if it's not a themed item, wh- where am I looking? What am I supposed to look at? I don't know what this is
No.
in.
And then when you look for it in something that makes sense, it's not there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I can never find pillars. Forget about it. I have to scroll through all to find them.
Everything. Yeah.
Where do they exist? What I
Right.
can never
Because they're not
remember. So I have
storage. They're not, yeah,
don't know.
not a wall item. It's not
You'll
a
never
this.
find it.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, it's so true.
I also
Mm,
struggle with, like, I use a lot of the same item. And again, I don't know what the solution is for this, but I almost wish it was easier for me to, like, see what I could have to decorate with, even if it's not in my inventory.
mhm.
So it could be like grayed out, but I'd be like, oh, I need one of those. I need to go to Scrooge and order it.
Yes,
But like I
yes.
just forget about it because I've already put it and it a lot of the times I haven't even decorated with it. I've just placed it somewhere to look at and then I
Yeah,
left it there. And
and
so
just
then
gotta go back and grab
I've
it. Yeah,
forgotten that I had it.
yeah.
So,
I totally agree. I totally agree with that. I would love something like that because I'm the same way. Like I have to go all the way back to Scrooge's shop and scroll through everything to see if there's something that I could work with or use. And I just need to be able to see what I am able to purchase again that I just don't have in my inventory.
agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agreed. But
Well,
hopefully they're watching the podcast and they
yeah.
take some
Hey,
little
Game
tips.
Loft.
Hey Game Loft, how are you? We're big fans.
Yeah.
Hi.
Okay. Well, I think we've kind of talked about everything that has to do with Dream Snaps.
Yep.
Overall, I feel like we're both pretty pleased with it. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah.
I'm just excited about it.
I'm
So,
super excited about it.
um, okay, where I'm sure everyone's already subscribed to you, but just in case they're not, can you tell everyone where to find you?
Yes, guys. I live stream on YouTube Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays every week. My name is Let's Play K here on YouTube. So feel free to come over and join us on a live stream or just hang out. We'd love to have you there. And I'm just super glad to see everybody on the podcast tonight. I'm glad you
Yeah.
guys enjoyed it. So thanks for coming.
Yes. Yes. Thank y'all so much for being here. Of course, you can find me here on YouTube and on Twitter at Console Cato. That is all for episode 4 of Valley Talk, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.